Good evening and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school football. Tonight, the Kime Company, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, and Rightmark Roofing presents the Indian Valley Braves hosting the Ridgewood Generals. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the First National Bank of Denison, TMK Valley Propane, and Wood Electric. Now, let's head to the Hartzler Quality Housing Mobile Studio for the best coverage of high school football with Big Z Sports.
Week 8 of the high school football season is here, and Big Z Sports is live from Jeanette Hutton as we've got a battle of the undefeateds with some IVC supremacy on the line. Good evening, everyone. Nick McWilliams and Shannon Thomas. We will be live streaming right here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel coming up here in just a little while. We'll also join the guys back in studio at 99.9 WTUZ. Shannon, I'm a little out of breath. I had to run up the stairs to get up here.
I seen Slusser down there trying to whip you into shape, and he made you run across the field.
Dude, my days of being in shape are long, long gone, and I found that out. Going down the field, it's more like he's at the 40. He's at the 38. Maybe he'll make the 36.
Hey, how cool was it to be standing down there on the field and listening to them playing your calls from the state playoffs last year?
It was a little strange. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect that.
We were sitting up here, and all the Indian Valley fans was enjoying it. And, the Indian Valley people, they appreciate everything that Big Z Sports does for them. And they were playing some of our audio from last year's state playoff run, and that was kind of cool.
I was doing an interview with my own voice behind me, and that was a little bit strange at some points. This is a massive matchup. They don't get any bigger than this. Both sides undefeated. Now, obviously, there's still 2 weeks to go after this week, so you never know what's going to happen with the IVC. But if you want to be at the top right now, this is the game you have to win.
This is it. The team right here controls their own destiny. Whoever wins the night controls their own destiny. It will either be Indian Valley will control it going into Week 10 against Claymont, or Ridgewood will control it going into with their schedule's a little tougher because they'll run into Claymont, I believe, next week, and then they run into Garraway Week 10. So, like you said, but it's all about tonight. You can't look past tonight. If you want to be the IVC South champion, tonight's where it starts.
We are going to take a timeout. When we return, we will join the guys in studio. We'll have this broadcast on air at 99.9. If you have to step away from our YouTube live stream, get subscribed today and never miss out on a broadcast. Indian Valley plays host to Ridgewood. Week 8 of the high school football season lives right here with Big Z Sports.
Hey, other guys' insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal, and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course. At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm Crystal, General Manager at Loudon Motors Ford. I invite you to stop in and feel the difference of shopping for your next vehicle with our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff, or the personal touch that you will receive from one of the last family-owned and operated dealerships for nearly 100 years. So my question for you is, when will you experience the crystal clear and Loudon Clear Advantage right here in sunny Minerva, Ohio?
Technology shouldn't slow us down. It should move us forward. At Lodgevision Technologies, we've been helping local businesses for over 12 years on US 62 in Winesburg, solving tech problems and making everyday operations easier. And we're here with custom IT solutions that just simply work. At Lodgevision, it's people first. That means service with integrity, professionalism, and genuine care. Call 330-234-5025 for your free consultation today. Lodgevision Technologies, local IT, real solutions, people first.
Big moments are coming. Are you ready? If you need sponsor banners, graduation programs, or yard sale signs, the East Central Ohio Print Center has you covered. Visit ecoprintcenter.org. And if you've got a new driver in the house, East Central Ohio ESC offers flexible driver's education with in-car training and online options. Scholarships are available from signs to steering wheels. The East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is here to help. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Newtown Mall provides you a one-stop shop for anything you need. You can shop the latest fashions at Kohl's, Maurice's, or Marshall's, get your sporting goods at Dunham's or Dick's Sporting Goods, or redo a room in your house at Ashley Furniture. Find all these stores and more for yourself and experience Newtown. Plus, you can sign up to be a Newtown Mall VIP and follow your favorite stores so you're the first to know sales, giveaways, events, and more. To sign up and to see all that's happening, visit newtownmall.com.
Want to stay warm in your vehicle this winter? Call the Remote Start Pros at Cartoons and Accessories in New Philly. With over 15,000 units installed over 18 years in the market, Cartoons in-car experts have the expertise to get the job done right. Cartoons carries a full assortment of remote starts that give you any desired range needed to warm up your car from anywhere. We also do diesel vehicles as well as standard shift vehicles. So don't delay. Call Cartoons today and schedule an appointment to stay warm all winter long. Cartoons at 517 West High Avenue in New Philly. 330-339-2006. Be there.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of these communities, there is nothing better than high school football. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty at 330-364-SOLD.
Minerals, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency.
30 seconds. 30
Week 8 of the high school football season is here, and it's live from Jeanette Hutton as we've got the Wood Electric pregame show with the Indian Valley Braves hosting the Ridgewood Generals, a battle of the undefeateds. And who is going to be on top of the IVC South? We're going to find out after this ball game. Good evening, everyone. Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas, and the Claxon Communications crew, as well as Daniel Adams down there on the sideline, and Dalton Patterson down there on the sideline for some social media help as well. Shannon, no surprise, it's going to be standing room only for the second straight week here in Jeanette. This one is as big as they get.
Yeah, and you say standing room only as I take a seat and sit down and relax before these two powerhouse football teams get after it here. And like you said, I
was just telling you to stand up.
It's just going to be absolutely exciting here tonight. And I've always joked around with some of the Indian Valley kids I've known over the years that remember when John Slusser comes to town, he's worth 14 points by himself. So going into this game, you might already be trailing 14-0, and they kind of laughed about it. But it's that type of a football game when you got two great coaches, two great coaching staffs. It's going to be exciting.
You know, high school football has everything to do with the athletes out there on the field and what they're able to do, but you have to give so much credit to coaching staffs, too, and the time and dedication they put into this. And this game right here tonight is a testament to just how good the coaching staffs are around here. You've got Matt Lancaster on one side from the Indian Valley Braves. You've got John Slusser on the other side for the Ridgewood Generals. You want to talk about pedigree and high school football coaching on both sidelines? It's incredible.
And between the two of them, just as head coaches, not counting their years as assistants, you're talking 41 years of being a head football coach. And the best thing about these two coaches is the communities from day one has kind of, you want to say, minded their own business.
They've let coaches coach.
They let them coach. And that's what you got to do. If you want a coach to come in and change your culture, change your program, you let them do it. You can sit in the stands and you can grumble all you want, do all this and that, but at the end of the day, these two guys have done everything that their communities expected them to do, and they're going to face off tonight in a battle.
Well, I got to say, we were sitting here talking in the pregame when we started off with our scene set or our little open on the stream. How weird it was to hear you and I over the loudspeakers for a state playoff run last year. That was kind of odd.
Yeah, and they just did it again. It's cool that they're taking some of our audios from last year and they're playing them throughout the night. And it's exciting to go back and listen to it. And it's high school football. We love it, and the fans love it. The communities love it. And we still got 25 minutes before kickoff.
I know, man, and it's already packing in here. And no surprise, I'd say there was quite a line from west to east on 36 right now from Coshocton County into Tuscarawas County. Everybody is probably going to find their way here tonight.
Well, I'm shocked because of how close Ridgewood is to Indian Valley, and we got here at 4:45, and the Ridgewood buses were already here.
They were ready.
We're like, why is Ridgewood here so early? But it's a beautiful fall afternoon. They're all walking around supporting the Booster Club here, buying food, buying donuts, and I see a lot of sweatshirts coming out. We got them brand new Big Z Sports sweatshirts, and Daniel Adams forgot his, and he was cold, and he took my sweatshirt already.
You got to be kidding me.
Luckily for
Does he know it's colder higher up you go? We're up by the press box.
Well, luckily for Daniel, I'm a big guy. It takes a long time for me to get cold, so he'll probably be good for the night.
Shannon, his nickname is Big Dan. Are you serious? We've got your Wood Electric pregame show, and we're rolling on. After this upcoming break, we're going to hear from both head coaches. Up first, John Slusser from the Ridgewood Generals, who once again, a team that lost so many pieces, that's dealt with adversity, that's had injuries, finds themselves undefeated in Week 8. Find out what Coach Slusser has to say, followed up by head coach Matt Lancaster, the Indian Valley Braves, on the way right here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel and live at 99.9 WTUZ.
Simona Bolteron is a global leader in plastics technology, manufacturing thermoplastic products for industries such as aircraft interior parts, medical device housings, wall coverings, general thermoforming, and many more. Simona Bolteron, a company like a friend, is proud to be a part of the community and wishes all local athletes good luck and have a great year. For more information, visit them online at bolteron.com. Simona Bolteron, 1 General Street, Newcomerstown.
Let the experts at Bear Carpet One in Sugar Creek help you pick out the right window treatment for you. Bear is now carrying Alta Window Fashions. Their cost-effective, made-in-America blinds and shades come in many styles. Honeycomb, roller shades, wood, faux wood, aluminum, and vertical blinds. Even custom shutters in many fabrics and materials. Alta blinds and shades can be automated through a remote, smartphone, or even voice. Come check out Bear's Alta display. Bear Carpet One, just off Route 39 in the Salzburg Plaza in Sugar Creek.
Hi, this is Zarek with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. How healthy is the air you breathe? When air quality outside is bad, you can breathe easy inside your home with air purifiers, high-quality air filtration, and other fine products from Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are your local trained comfort specialists in downtown Dover, providing 24-hour emergency service since 1981. For all your home comfort needs, call us at 330-343-5511. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
The American Professional Truck Driving School by Buckeye Career Center offers hands-on CDL training and expert-led classroom instruction to prepare you for success. Already trained elsewhere? No problem. Complete testing on-site at U.S. America CDL Test Center by Buckeye Career Center. Register for training or to take your CDL test by calling today. Get the skills, get certified, get on the road with Buckeye Career Center.
Are you a compassionate caregiver looking for a career with purpose? Second Family Home Care and Support Services is now hiring home health aides and STNAs. We offer competitive wages, flex time scheduling, and employment rewards because we believe in supporting the people who support others. Start your journey with a company that truly cares. Visit careers.secondfamily.com to apply today or contact them at 740-462-3152.
Gillen Body Shop knows that when their business is needed, it's never planned and it can cause quite the inconvenience. That's why Gillen Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for their customers by making sure the work is completed right the first time. Gillen Body Shop has experienced staff that give all completed work a 100% guarantee. So when those unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice. Gillen Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philadelphia. Find them on Facebook.
Hungry? Swing by Tusky Deli, right in the heart of Tusky. They have the lowest prices on deli meats and cheeses, a fully stocked freezer and cold food section, and delicious grab-and-go sandwiches, wraps, salads, and more. And now, every Friday, they are firing up their brand new pizza oven for made-to-order pizzas that are hot, fresh, and unforgettable. Stop in, stock up, and taste the savings. Check out everything they offer by finding the Tusky Deli on Facebook. Tusky Deli, local, fresh, affordable.
Welcome back to your Wood Electric pregame show live from Jeanette and Hutton. A huge IVC clash as the Ridgewood Generals are in town to take on the Indian Valley Braves. Week 8 high school football is here in Z Country. We go along the sidelines with the coach. This segment brought to you by ClaxonSports.com, as it is head coach John Slusser for the Ridgewood Generals. Coach, I just talked to head coach Matt Lancaster about it feels like we get to this point of the year. It always seems like these are the way these matchups are, whether it's undefeated, one loss, whatever it is, you always can expect some clashes of titans this time of year.
It does seem that way since they've joined the league. You know, us, those two, and Garraway. I mean, it's been ongoing. Now Claymont has got a say in it this year, you know, and they deserve that. But certainly, us and Indian Valley have had some battles over the years in big games.
Now, I will say I did get quite a kick out of what you had to say in the postgame show last week about, hey, you know, you got a good relationship with Coach Lancaster and with running back Grady Kinsey. Maybe 22 will sit, but I know you guys don't want that overall.
I texted him during the week and tried to get him to do it. He said, not going to happen, Coach. So I told him I was never talking to him again. So I don't know if that's going to anger him or not.
Well, that's what you don't want to do.
No,
but
I do not want to do that.
Well, you know, but I got to say, though, with this is a Ridgewood Generals defense that I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but you guys have put up some incredible defensive numbers. I know that's a lot of pride and a lot of work in the offseason that kind of has those results happening here in Week 8.
You know, we are very tiny. We have one kid over 200 pounds that starts for us. He's about 210. But we are extremely quick. We get a lot of people to the ball. I like that about us. You know, I still think we're about a year away from being a really dominating defense, but we're still good enough that you gotta line up right and make a throw and a catch, or, you know, block it right. I don't know about tonight. They don't have to even block things right for him sometimes, but you know, we're good enough that you got to play right to get a play against us.
Now, on the offensive side of the ball, I mean, we know what football's like. We know injuries are a part of the game. You guys have dealt with your own rash of that, whether it's offensive or defensive. How have you adapted to that? How have the Generals kind of overcome that to remain unbeaten?
You know, I've probably talked about injuries more this year, and I hate making excuses. I'm really just, I feel like I'm one of those big time guys. On to the next question. I'm just. It is what it is. Everybody has them. I'm quit making excuses about it. We are who we are. We've got a good team, and you know what? It won't be a reason why we lose or win tonight.
Now, you've been talking about it all year long, and it does impress me. You know, I've got to see Ridgewood on film some this year, and that speed really is something that's very noticeable. Considering you've had, you know, in years past some programs where it's a little more grinded out, a little more smash mouth in your face, how much of a luxury is it having that speed, knowing that if you can get somebody the edge, you're probably looking at 6 points?
Yeah, you know, going back to your previous question, when we had everybody, I think we were probably as fast as anyone. Now, Indian Valley is extremely fast also, but we could really run. But we still got guys that can do it. So it's a big luxury because what we just talked about, you don't always have to block a play great and just get one guy loose or break a tackle and it turns into a home run. That's a big luxury rather than like the past few years we've had Grant, and God bless, I wish I had him tonight, but excuse me. I'm allergic
that time of year.
I'm allergic to Indian Valley people. We had Grant, and Grant was more of a 5 and 6 yard guy at a time. But this year's a little bit different. We're more of a look for a big play type of team.
And finally for you, Coach, you know, I have to wonder, you know, everyone knows what Ridgewood's standard of football is. You know you guys want to win league championships. We know you want to make appearances in the postseason, all that kind of stuff. Have you had to say anything extra to the team to try to get the Generals pumped up for this, or do they know what's at stake?
No, our kids are well aware of it. I worry, you know, it's a big ask of my kids. We have a really good football team. You know, if we get into playoffs in Division 6, we'll have a chance to do some damage in our region. This is a pretty big ask for our kids. I just ask them to play hard, keep getting back in the tracks. You know, when we play Indian Valley, even when they weren't a state championship type team, it was always a battle. Now they're the defending state champs and a threat. It's a big ask for us to go up 2 divisions and play against someone. It would be them playing Massillon or Hoban tonight, right? That's not making excuses because I love those coaches and I love those kids. They're awesome. It's an awesome place, but it's a big ask for my kids. So I just want them to come out, play hard, enjoy the atmosphere. And one way or another, Grady, this is the last time I have to play against Grady, so I'm so happy about that. But listen, they got it going on. They're going to be good for a long time. Lank does a great job, and the community supports this place great. It's kind of fun to see, it really is.
We always appreciate your time, Coach, and as always, good luck to the Generals.
Right, I appreciate all the coverage. You guys have a great night. I hope it's a close one for you.
Head Coach John Slessor of the Ridgewood Generals, brought to you by ClaxonSports.com. Stick around. You'll hear from Head Coach Matt Lancaster on the way in the Wood Electric pregame show.
Thanks.
Hungry? Swing by Tusky Deli, right in the heart of Tusky. They have the lowest prices on deli meats and cheeses, a fully stocked freezer and cold food section, and delicious grab-and-go sandwiches, wraps, salads, and more. And now, every Friday, they are firing up their brand new pizza oven for made-to-order pizzas that are hot, fresh, and unforgettable. Stop in, stock up, and taste the savings. Check out everything they offer by finding the Tusky Deli on Facebook. Tusky Deli, local, fresh, affordable.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza with locations in West Lafayette and Chenaden-Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Chenaden-Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Hey there, football fans. For over 60 years, Hampshire Insurance has been a cornerstone of the Sugar Creek community. We specialize in home, auto, life, commercial, and farm insurance. With our friendly and efficient service, you can rest easy knowing Hampshire Insurance is providing a path forward when the unthinkable happens. Give us a call at 330-852-4087. Hampshire Insurance, proud supporters of high school sports and your trusted neighbors in Sugar Creek.
Let Sugar Valley Meats help you get ready for the game with all your tailgate favorites. Their retail store features the freshest, locally raised beef, pork, and chicken. Enjoy freshly cured and smoked meats from the Sugar Valley Smokehouse, along with bologna, hot dogs, jerkies, and more. They can custom cut your order, and all meats are dressed on site, all with everyday low prices. Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive, turn right and go a quarter of a mile, celebrating 35 years of fresh, farm-raised, local meats.
Revolutionize off-roading for everyone with the all-new Ridge Crew side-by-side. A 4-cylinder engine delivers all the power your team needs to move heavy cargo or ride recreationally on challenging terrain. A fully enclosed cab with 2-row space and HVAC keeps the crew comfortable in every season. Command peak premium performance together.
See Exodus Cycles in Millersburg or online at exoduscycles.com.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to your Wood Electric pregame show live in Week 8. A major matchup out of the IVC as the Indian Valley Braves host the Ridgewood Generals. Here in your Wood Electric pregame show, we go down along the sideline with the coach, brought to you by Lindsay Adams, State Farm Insurance Agency, head coach Matt Lancaster for the Indian Valley Braves. Coach, obviously, you guys were very happy to return back home last week, and a pretty resounding victory that you guys had over an always tough Garraway team. I know there were a few mistakes that you guys definitely wanted to talk about, and I know there was a lot of the film session into the next day was probably related to that.
Yeah, we had some breakdowns, but sometimes a good team's going to cause you to have some breakdowns because of the things they do. So, Garraway's a really good team, and definitely pleased to come out with the win here at home. And now we got another big one tonight and a really good Ridgewood team.
Now, I know we already talked about this. I know the guys back in studio talked to you about this, but another record-breaking performance for your running back in Grady Kinsey. And no surprise, he was one of the first to say, well, it's all my offensive line. And I know you guys have been I won't say pleasantly surprised, but you guys have been pleased with the way that offensive line has matured to this point.
Yeah, and the offensive line was a big question mark coming in, with a couple guys, that we lost last year needing to replace. And so far they stepped up. We're still looking for some depth to continue, but that was really nice for Grady to get that, last week. And as you said, that's what I love about him so much is he's going to give credit to everybody else, to his coaches and his offensive line and the rest of his team, even the freshmen. He's going to give credit to everybody else before himself, and that's what makes him so awesome.
It always seems it keeps happening like this when we get late in the season with the IVC slate, whether it's undefeateds or just a couple one-loss teams. But normally this is around the time that you start talking about the games that could be deciding factors in the conference or the deciding factor. Obviously, you guys both undefeated coming in here tonight. This is a huge matchup.
Yeah, these are always two big games back-to-back for us with Garaway and Ridgewood, and we still going to have two tough ones left after that. So you always got to come to play in the IVC, and we're going to get everybody's best shot coming off the year that we have. We know that, and being the defending champions of the league, that they're trying to knock us off, and so we expect that, and we're excited for the challenge.
Something else I want to talk about from last week, but we've kind of seen it all season long, whenever it's been necessary. Riker Williams, you guys threw the ball a little bit more than we've seen you do this year. Very, very efficient. Seemed like he was really on a good page with his receivers.
Yeah, he was 10 to 12, I think, for 120, and the two incompletes should have been complete. They were just missed throws by him, but we know he's an adequate passer. We just don't have to use him a lot, but we know that against better teams we're gonna, and that Garaway's a better team, so we needed to. We're probably going to need to tonight, and it'll be interesting tonight, see what they're giving us, and adapting the chess match as the game goes along, and seeing what they're doing that we can take advantage of.
Speaking of what you might get from the Ridgewood Generals, we were just talking with head coach John Slusser not that long ago, and he said that something that Ridgewood has this year that they're not necessarily used to is a lot of speed. He said this is a Generals team that is very, very fast. Is that something you've seen on film?
Definitely. Their skill positions, they got a number of skill guys that get some really good speed. Their quarterback, the receiver, and their backs. And they're in their defense. Their defense is always solid at Ridgewood, and they're once again they're really good this year. So their team speed is really good, and it doesn't help that they're really well coached too. So they do things right. They don't hurt themselves, and they don't make many mistakes. So you're gonna have to earn everything you get.
Now, normally, Coach, I'd round this out by asking what's the biggest thing that you guys have to do well. I think I'll just ask you this because you probably heard what Coach Sluss had to say in last week in the postgame show. You're not sitting number 22, right?
What? I didn't hear that. What was that one? 22. Oh, benching it. Oh, Grady. Yeah. Now Grady's going to play tonight. So, I got the utmost respect for Coach Slusser, and he has a great relationship with Grady, and our staffs have a really good relationship. So it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great crowd out here. It'll be a playoff atmosphere, and it's just going to be a great high school football game.
Certainly will, Coach. We look forward to it, and as always, good luck to the Braves.
Thanks, Nick.
Head coach Matt Lancaster for the Indian Valley Braves, brought to you by Lindsay Adams State Farm Insurance Agency. Stay tuned here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel and at 99.9. Tonight's kickoff in Week 8 is on the way.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Right Mark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Right Mark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products, DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC vitamins and minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
At Hartson's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Hartson's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans. First Federal Community Bank, serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio, just moments away from the Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff as the Ridgewood Generals take the field in front of the Indian Valley Braves. And Shannon, think about everybody from West Lafayette's in town tonight.
Yeah, they travel well, and like we said, they were here, 4:45 when we got here. The buses were here, a lot of fans were here, and they were eating dinner at the concession stand, and they're ready. They're excited to play this football game.
The Generals will be wearing those road whites with the orange pants, orange helmet, and an always intimidating presence when they're on the field. And now the Indian Valley Braves about to make their entrance, led by head coach Matt Lancaster. And tonight it was also youth football night as they got to honor some of the youth football programs here. A lot of kids in the future ahead for Braves football.
Yeah, this is just their flag football side of it. This isn't even their pad, peewee teams. Like I said, there's a lot of little kids down there from kindergarten up, and they've made a tunnel down there for the players that went through, and they're jumping around. They're excited to see some of their heroes.
Undefeated versus undefeated. IVC South supremacy is on the line. Obviously, still 2 more weeks to go, but whoever gets the win in this game will be finding themselves at the top for the time being as the Braves take the field in front of their hometown crowd. First man through the banner, no surprise. Senior running back Grady Kinsey coming off of another record-breaking night, and the last time that we saw him, I should say, never been done before.
Yeah, he's had a remarkable career here at Indian Valley, and if you're just tuning in and you didn't get to hear Coach Slusser's interview, he's made it well known tonight and the last couple of weeks. Win or lose tonight, he's celebrating because he doesn't have to play 22 anymore after tonight.
This has been an incredible ride for both these teams so far. Indian Valley, of course, has not lost since the regional rounds of 2023. The Ridgewood Generals have dealt with just about every single thing that adversity could throw at them, and they still find themselves undefeated. That is a well-coached program, and, of course, a program from the top to the bottom that is built well. That's why the Generals find themselves in this spot.
Yeah, and every team goes through this. They go through injuries, this and that, but they've been hit pretty good this year down at Ridgewood, and some of those kids are so determined to try to have the best season they can. There's plenty of braces over there kids are wearing. They're playing hurt, but they're not going to sit out the biggest game of the year. I mean, you you couldn't drag them off the field tonight.
Right you are. And as an update for our coin toss at the start of the game, Ridgewood won the toss. They elected to receive to start the game. So Indian Valley will get the second half kickoff, but the Generals want to get things started off early. No surprise at all.
Yeah, with Coach Schlusser, he knows what he has to face in the Indian Valley offense. So he's going to try to come out and dictate the tempo and the pace right off the get-go with his offense. And we're going to see if that Braves defense can step up.
Two-man will go back deep for the Ridgewood Generals, near side, closest to us. One of them, the senior in Talon Carnes, an always dangerous returner back there.
They must know, both coaching staffs must have knew that you forgot your binoculars tonight, so they wore some nice, easy jerseys for you to be able to read.
You know what the bad thing is? I still can't read them that well because my glasses are also back at the station. So bear with me tonight. This might be fun, but this is why I have Shannon beside me. That's all for the Wood Electric pregame show. Kickoff is almost ready. Colt James has it teed up. IVC South lead is on the line. One team will keep their undefeated season line. One team will go home with their first loss. A Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff, and IVC football is back with Big Z Sports. A deep kickoff that goes all the way to the end line, off of the fingertips of the returner. That goes into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So Ridgewood will catch a break there. The returner had to scramble back for it, but it had just enough momentum to keep rolling past the end line.
Yeah, that was a pretty big kick right there by James. And like you said, it touched his hands, and at first he kind of went forward, and I think it dawned on him, it's live no matter what, even if you touch it or if you don't touch it. And he turned around, but it had enough speed. It rolled out of the back of the end zone, so they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line.
And in high school, the live ball does, as long as it goes into the end zone, is a touchback by rule, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, in high school football it is.
So the Generals will break the huddle. They will be led by one of their seniors in the backfield, in quarterback Jace McQueen. They'll go shotgun, one wide receiver left. They'll motion two wide receivers to the left as well. Tight end on that side, so they go way overloaded on the left side. McQueen is ready. Takes the snap. It's a direct read to the left side. McQueen looks for the edge, cuts back in. He gets some room and a block there to give him a couple extra yards as he'll dive forward to about the 27-yard line. Nice pickup there on first down, a 7-yard pickup. Great patience from McQueen.
Yeah, he had great patience. A nice job by number 79, Jarrett Hosteller. He's the one that kind of got 4 yards downfield and picked up a huge block and pushed the guy about another 5 yards downfield. That allowed McQueen to pick up those extra yards.
Two wide receivers left. They'll actually go with the same formation, but they'll bring an extra running back in the backfield to the right hip of McQueen. Looks like it's Talon Carnes. McQueen gets set, takes the snap. He'll turn. He'll hand it off, looking for room off the edge, and there's a ball carrier who's got past the 30. Now the 31, maybe the 32 or 33-yard line. Maybe give it the 34. A 7-yard pickup and a First Federal Community Bank first down. Nice carry.
Yeah, nice big carry right there. You know, a guy we got to look out for tonight is number 8, Bryce Tolliver. Big, strong kid right there, and he loves the block. He gets put in that fullback position a lot. He does a lot of lead blocking right there.
That was Logan Israel that time, number 9, who made that carry on that 7-yard pickup. So back-to-back 7-yard plays. Got a little something going now for Ridgewood to start off the ball game. Just like Coach Schlusser said and Coach Lancaster said, a lot of speed out there for the Generals. They've spread things out and put McQueen in the backfield by himself. It's going to be a bubble screen in the hands of Carnes. He'll look for room on the right side, and what a play there by Kinsey at linebacker, who comes streaking over and makes the tackle at the 40-yard line. It is a 6-yard pickup, but Kinsey had a blocker on his hip and still somehow fought him off to make the tackle.
Yeah, if Kinsey don't get there and grab him from behind and bring him down, it'll go for an easy another 5 or 6 yards right there. So like I said, Kinsey with a little bit of speed was able to get out there, took the blocker with him. Nice little play right there by Coach Schlusser and his staff.
Talon Carnes, his first reception. We expect to be calling his name quite a bit here tonight. Kind of a gadget player, wide receiver and running back. Handoff, Israel, left side. He'll look to set the edge, goes outside, and a shoestring tackle there. It looked like it was Kyler Vosick. Take it back. It was Rowan Passine who might have held him up and kept him short to bring it up third down and short.
Yeah, Rowan Passine shot the gap right there. Was able to get in there and get him up around the ankles and bring him down pretty quick.
2-yard pickup brings up third down and 2. Ball sits at the Ridgewood 43-yard line.
Passine, one of those players that sat out a couple weeks for Indian Valley due to injury, and he come back last week against Garaway, and looks like he didn't miss a beat.
Shotgun formation. Carnes will line up a little bit farther up in front of McQueen. 2 wide receivers right, tight end on that side of the line. McQueen now, direct read off the right side. He'll look for room, straddles it out, and now he's going to have nowhere to go as Riker Williams polishes it off. And we're going to have a holding because Ridgewood almost tackled Kinsey off the edge. Williams came flying in on a streak.
Yeah, now it's going to be a big call for Lancaster right here. Do you take that penalty or do you decline it?
And it looks like Did not see a signal to decline, so it looks like nope, there's the signal from Coach Lancaster. He does not want it. So it will be 4th down and 4. I believe that was a loss of 2 for McQueen.
And right you are, the loss right there, the great play to get in there and tackle him is what forced Lank to go ahead and say, you know what, we're going to decline it. And if you want to go for it, on 4th and 5, then you go for it.
It was officially a loss of 3 yards for McQueen that time. He'll bring the play call in. Reese St. Clair will check in for the Braves, and Bradley Barr will sit. St. Clair gets a lot of speed back there from the safety position. Ridgewood is going to go. They've got Israel in the backfield with McQueen, tight end left side, tight to the formation. 2 wide receivers spread left on the Ridgewood sideline. And more whistles, and I think a timeout. It's brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast professional service to get back on the road? MPAC Collision offers 2 locations, Newcomerstown and Strasburg, to help you out. Whether you need auto glass repair, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just need a free estimate, MPAC Collision has you covered. So the next time you need a repair, visit MPAC Collision online at mpactcollision.com and start your free estimate and learn all about what MPAC Collision can do for you.
With Big
To the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Today's presentation of high school football brought to you in part by the Kime Company. General's going to go as they'll bunch everything up tight to the right side of the line. Wide receivers are still spread out. McQueen's in a shotgun. Israel to his right. McQueen's going to roll right. Looks for a throw towards the sidelines. Into the hands of Carnes and out of the hands. Incomplete. As a heck of a defensive play there from Carson Hostetler, who timed up the hit perfectly, and the ball fell harmlessly to the turf.
Yeah, not sure. I didn't get to see who got in the backfield. Somebody got there at the last second, brought a little bit of pressure. But they came to the short side of the field. They kind of just rolled all 3 wide receivers out here and hoping he could find one of them open. And the Braves defense, they stood strong.
Carnes was open, but that closing speed from Hostetler, the track star, definitely helped out there. So the Braves start off in great field position, plus territory at the Ridgewood 39. They'll go shotgun. Barr up in the formation as a fullback. Kinsey lines up as your quarterback with Williams off to the right, 2 wide receivers right. It's a direct snap into the hands of Kinsey. Cutback lane up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle off the linebacker. Now he's got grabbed by the safety, thrown forward to the 20, and a flag from the side. It's going to be a hold, and Indian Valley's moving backwards.
Yeah, they're going to get 55 Brogan O'Connor on that one.
Official from the near side, from the Indian Valley sideline, very emphatic with that flag as the call as well. Kinsey made a lot of his own room himself, but O'Connor trying to get down the field, throw the extra block, got a little bit high on the hands.
Yeah, he kind of got him high, got him twisted right there. And the bad thing was I think Kinsey was already by him when the hold occurred, or maybe it was happening as he was going by, and that gave the official the furthest away from it the best view.
Something of note here, Kellen Coates at tight end got the start there for the Braves. He's checked out of the game after the first play. We have not seen him the past couple of weeks due to injury. They'll go with a shotgun again. Kinsey lines up as to the left of Williams. Barr up in the formation. Williams is going to roll to the left side. He's going to look for a receiver. Delivers to Colt James, and that one's right into his chest. Rifled down, and he will be dropped at the 34-yard line. That's a pickup of 11, a little pitch and catch. James has really come into his own as a wide receiver over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's got good hands. We've seen him on the basketball court. He's hit the weight room hard this year. But the biggest thing that he's worked on, I think, in the football season is his ability to make good cuts. If you can make a good, sharp cut, that gives your quarterback a lot, better target to throw the ball to, and he can throw it a lot quicker.
Ball at the 34-yard line now, 2nd down and 5. Shotgun now. Williams will flip things around as he'll have Kinsey and Barr both to his right side. Direct snap. Kinsey gets a lead block from Williams and Barr. Cut back up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle up to the 30-yard line. He'll be tripped up and just short of the first down, so 3rd down and inches upcoming.
Yeah, just a nice job right there by the Braves offensive line to get a little bit of push, to get a lot of those yards back right there. Like I said, it'll be 3rd and a long one for him.
Ball right at the 30, need to get to the 29. 7:50 to go on the first quarter clock. No score in a clash of IVC Titans. The lead in the IVC South is on the line. Both these teams undefeated. Braves are going to go fire. Quickly, under center, Williams turns. Kinsey, fullback, stutter step, up the middle. 1st down and plenty more as he'll be dropped at the 25-yard line. A pickup of 5 yards. How do you defend that, Shannon?
You don't, and the thing is, is the Indian Valley offensive line has got to get a little quicker at getting down, because right there they almost didn't get set at time, and Riker called for the snap. So the offensive line's got to be really good at getting down fast, and the officials are watching to see if they're not completely set.
A First Federal Community Bank first down as the Braves are knocking on the doorstep of the red zone. They'll spread James out wide right, Pacine wide left. Shotgun again. Kinsey's going to line up as your quarterback. He'll hand it off. It's Williams who goes up the middle. He's at the 20 and lowers his shoulder pad into the safety. He's up to the 17-yard line, an 8-yard pickup. And we saw that little wrinkle in the state championship last year.
Yeah, and that's one of those things right there that you're not expecting. You see it go to Kinsey, you think he's going to run it. He hands it to Williams, and Williams goes for 8 yards.
How many running back quarterback tandems do you know both run like running backs?
Yeah, and that could be, Williams could do all the carrying too and get a lot of yards because he's a strong runner himself.
Shotgun. Williams has Kinsey flanked left, 2-by-2. 2 wide receivers either side. Pitch play. Ridgewood had it snuffed out. Kinsey, though, somehow breaks free. He does it himself up to the 5-yard line. Grady Kinsey actually down at the 6 as he was stopped dead to rights in the backfield. Broke off the one linebacker, kept pushing forward. It's a first down and goal to go in the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone off a 7-yard carry. I do not know who the end was there from Ridgewood, but he knew it was coming.
Yeah, it looked like an outside linebacker maybe. Like I said, he read his keys. He did everything he had to do. He got there just as the ball got there, and he hit Williams, or he hit Kinsey, and he just shoved him off.
Snap goes into the hand of Williams. Reed off the right side, up the middle, and he's in. Riker Williams from 6 yards out, and the Braves strike first as Williams shows off some of his power with the legs.
And just like you said a few minutes ago, with the quarterback-running back tandem that Indian Valley has, it's hard to tell who's going to carry the ball. Both of them can get the job done. But then now you got to throw in Riker's ability to throw. You got to throw in Reese St. Clair. They have a lot of weapons they can use.
Braves going to line up for a PAT now with Colt James. 6:19 on the first quarter clock. Braves get in the end zone first. Snap is a low one. James gets into it, and it is through. 7-0 Braves lead. Big Z Sports returns after this Cush Financial Group timeout.
If you're planning a major concrete project, you need the help of Stocker Concrete Company. From precast concrete products to ready-mix concrete, sand, gravel, limestone, and concrete block, the professionals at Stocker Concrete can help you get started and keep you on the path to completion using the best materials you can find. Stocker Concrete is the concrete material provider you can count on. See them at 7574 Route 36, Janaden-Hutton, or call 740-254-4626.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Today's presentation of high school football brought to you in part by the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Be sure to contact Zach Mo Tyson Company for all your insurance needs. It's time for a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff. Colt James' last one was a touchback. This time it's a line drive that'll roll back to an up man at his own 18-yard line. Looking for room on the left side. He's got a little bit of it. It will lean forward to the 35 and was finally tripped up there. A head of steam coming down from the up man there from Ridgewood, Shannon.
Yeah, he had a nice little hole right there, and it looked like Brett O'Connor was the one that got in there and tripped him up.
I believe that might have been Aiden Tidd, possibly, who was the returner. Could have been Andrew Kinsey. Nice return, though, up to the 35-yard line. Ridgewood will take over on offense. Their first time through did not turn out as to plan as they turned the ball over on their own 39-yard line. Had the right play design, but a great defensive play from Hostetler kept them off the board. They'll go shotgun with McQueen with a running back to his left, and everybody started but the quarterback.
Yeah. Well, and the center.
The center
never stopped the ball and go.
So, for those keeping track at home, that'll be a false start.
You know, one thing when you notice when you come in down here to Janaden-Hutton to the stadium, you see all these beautiful signs on the stadium, on the outside of the stadium. If you own a business or if you're looking for any type of signs, hit up USP Signs and Graphics. You know, they can make your business look good. They do all kinds of things, so make sure you go check those fine folks out.
Go down towards Wolf's Crossing, and they'll be right there off to your right if you're heading out of town. Shotgun formation for McQueen. He'll get it. He'll go to the left side. Actually, that's going to be a Wildcat quarterback up the middle and to the 40-yard line. That was Talon Carnes who took that direct snap. He's got a 9-yard pickup. And a nice play on first down.
Talon Carnes is a very fast athlete for the Ridgewood Generals. He's also very successful on the track team.
Not so long ago, had him on the Extra Point Show, built by the Kime Company. Quite the character, no surprise. Of course, today's presentation also brought to you by the Kime Company as well. Shotgun, and it's Carnes again. He'll take the snap, looks for room off the left side, and he gets strung out. He has nowhere to go that time, and he is dropped. Maybe a 1-yard gain that time. Indian Valley snuffed it out. It'll make it 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, it looked like Hostetler was the first one to get back there.
A little different wrinkle from the Generals on offense, trying to use that speed of Carnes. We'll see if they bring McQueen back in at the quarterback position. Picture perfect night. Shannon, you and I were talking in the pregame. We finally got some football weather. And I know you and I are both thankful for it.
Dude, I woke up this morning. I sleep with my bedroom window open. It was 64 degrees in my house, and I was loving it.
Carnes will line up again as the quarterback for the Wildcat. They're tightening everything up. He'll look for room. It's the left side again, and somebody shot the gap and knocks him down 5 yards in the backfield.
Yeah, and that will be number 55, Brogan O'Connor again. He just come through there and just wrapped him up quick.
O'Connor was back there, and in a flash as Carnes looked for one cut, and there was absolutely nowhere to go. A loss of, well, they only marked him back 3 yards. But regardless, what a play there for O'Connor. It's going to be punt time for Ridgewood. 2 will go back for Indian Valley.
And think about how fast he got back there, and he's a down lineman. Usually it's the linebackers that get there that quick, but he got off the ball quick.
Good snap and a good punt as it will go end over end. Come back, the returner for Indian Valley. Fair catch and has to lean forward. It was Reese St. Clair who pounced on it on his own 36, maybe 37-yard line. So the Braves take over. Indian Valley's defense again, Shannon, a huge difference maker.
Yeah, big stop right there for the Braves defense. And St. Clair right there, he probably thought, you know what, I'm going to go up and fair catch this one, because last week they had 2 or 3 punts that got downed on the 1-yard line, and he thought, I'm not going to give his ball a chance to roll.
In the pregame, we actually saw him working on that, as basically catching everything that was even close to him. Braves offense comes out now, first down on their own 37. They'll go 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Now Kinsey will line up as a tight end on the right side of the line. Williams in the shotgun, has Barr throwing the lead block. Williams looks for room, and he will go up and over top of the linebacker as he crashes down hard at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, he just kind of got flipped over right there.
And we've got a player slow to get up, as they had whistles, but he does stand back up under his own power. Not sure who that is for. Officials are talking about it now. I'm not sure if they're checking if maybe a player had to check out for a play or not. I thought it was Williams. We'll see. He's running towards the sideline, but I think he's getting the play call, so I think everybody is okay. Boy, that was a hard lick for Williams. He has no fear.
He's coming out.
And he is going to check out of the ball game, probably for at least 1 play after what was a hard hit as he left his feet. It will be Brett O'Connor who comes in at quarterback now for the Braves. O'Connor, 5'9" sophomore coming in.
I think Coach Lancaster's wanting an explanation. The official come down and gave him an explanation, and he just nodded his head. So
shotgun here. And this is a wild-looking formation. It'll go into the hands of Kinsey, though, on the direct snap up the middle, 40, and he pushes forward to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 3, brings up 3rd down and short. And no surprise, it looks like Williams is going to trot back on. O'Connor there, they can say, hey, varsity snap logged.
Yeah, Williams and St. Clair and Hostetler and Coates all checking in.
3rd down and 3 upcoming, 3:15 to go in the first quarter. St. Clair and James wide right. Hostetler wide left. Shotgun for Williams. Kinsey back off of 1 step back to his left. They'll fake it to St. Clair up the middle for Kinsey. A hop step up the middle, and he gets past the 50-yard line. And it's a First Federal Community Bank first down. Came through like a bolt of lightning through the middle.
He came through there like a bulldozer from Kinsey Excavating.
I see how you did that there.
Yeah, always got to give a shout-out to the folks at Kinsey Excavating. You need any work done, call them. They can come down and move some dirt for you, haul some gravel, do all kinds of stuff.
I really think he thinks about these like 3 nights before the game starts. Braves got a first down right at midfield as they will huddle up. 2:45 to go in the first. They will go 2 wide receivers left. Hostetler is in the slot. Kellen Coates back in the game. 2 tight ends right side of the line. 1 will motion from right to left into the backfield for Barr. And now a flag and a false start on somebody. Did not say what number, so the Braves will back up for 1st and 15. back judge came in again.
The back judge
Hey, if he sees it, he's going for it.
He sees it. He called it, man. He come running in there. I thought he had the Powerball ticket as fast as he got up in there. But you know what? Maybe he just wants to keep this game rolling.
The Braves only own 45. Same formation. The motion Barr into the backfield. Direct snap over the head of Williams. He has to pick up a bouncing ball. Here come about 7 different generals, and they'll slam him to the turf back at the 43-yard line. A loss of 2, and that one bad from the start.
Man, I mean, you know, you're playing from behind the sticks because of the penalty, and now the bad snap, and now you're even playing from further behind the sticks.
There was about 6 or 7 white jerseys who were all corralling Williams. Absolutely nowhere to go, so 2nd and 17.
Yeah, the Braves are going to have to get at least half of this back right here in order to give themselves a shot at the first down.
James will go wide right, and they'll butt 2 tight ends left side of the line. Barr will be the fullback on the right side of the formation. Williams lines up with Kinsey to his right. They'll fake it into the hands of Kinsey. Looks for a throwback screen. He's got Kinsey with nobody in front of him. He's at the 50, 45, stiff arm, 40, 35, 30, and he'll go down at Indian Valley's Ridgewood's 30-yard line. A pickup of 27, and they never saw the throwback screen coming.
Yeah, the offensive line did a great job right there at selling it. Made it look like that they were still trying to block. They were letting the pressure come, and in the meantime, Kinsey was able to sneak out here into the flats, and like you said, the rest of it's history.
Kinsey listed at 5'8", 205 as a senior. You know, you say you could hide him behind the line where he's going. It's kind of hard to hide where 22 is on the field.
Well, and especially behind this offensive line, one of the smaller ones in the state, but they still get the job done.
Trips bunch tight to the line, right side. Williams is going to run that way. He'll go up the middle, and he is met with Israel, and another flag from the back judge. This time actually from the white hat. And a holding again on the Braves.
Yeah, the Braves are going to get nailed the second holding penalty of the game.
Last week, I believe it was 6 or 7 of them, so not off to a very auspicious start here for Indian Valley.
Yeah, Braves got 3 penalties on them right now, a false start and 2 holding penalties.
Clock will stop with 1:11 to go in the first quarter. That pushes Indian Valley back to Ridgewood's 40. That was one heck of a meeting between Israel and Williams as they both collided. But the play doesn't stand. Williams, they'll go fire. I-form, pitch play. Kinsey, left side, lead block from Barr, now the left. He'll go to the 30, and he'll be dropped. A 10-yard pickup there on first down, and the clock will roll under 1 minute to go. So Kinsey, another 10-yard tote.
Yeah, just anytime you get the Braves in danger like that, they got that Kinsey weapon back there, and he can make it all back up in one carry.
Big thank you, of course, to the ones who've been feeding champions since 1983 and always a supporter of Big Z Sports and DAC Vitamins and Minerals for today's presentation. I-form, Barr is your fullback, Kinsey your running back. Misdirection, Kinsey, left side, 30, pushes off his left tackle, 25. He's got 2 generals on him who will finally pull him down at the 25, make it 3rd and manageable. A 5-yard pickup there, and it looks like that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Braves lead 7-0. Stick around. Big Z Sports returns to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel and here at 99.9 right after this.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Wooster Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden. Your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostics equipment. Whether your vehicle needs regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook.
Z Sports. Back to the field with Big Z Sports.
Play action fake to the right side, and Riker Williams throws it down to Rowan Pacine, who weaves his way through to the 7-yard line. A pickup of 18, and they're in the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. That play fake had everybody fooled, Shannon.
Yeah, like I said, whenever you have a running game as strong as Indian Valley does, it's easy to kind of get play fakes thrown in there, and they did a great job.
Ball at the 7-yard line, a First Federal Community Bank first down. Williams is now 3 for 3 tonight, and they'll go heavy. No surprise this close to the goal line. I-form, Williams under center. Barr offset left is the fullback. They'll go to Barr, straight up the middle. 5, cut back, and he is in. Bradley Barr from 7 yards out, running like a freight train, and he is in to make it a 13-0 ball game.
Yeah, and in that play right there, he goes up the middle, pretty much untouched. A couple guys got hands on him as Kinsey goes out wide, but as soon as he scores, Kinsey's the first one to sprint across the field to get over there to congratulate his fullback.
The big man touchdown makes it 13-0. Extra point upcoming from Colt James. Low snap again. Kick is up. It's going to be just a little bit short. So it's going to be a 13-0 ball game. Cush Financial Group timeout. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
The certified
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the community's financial needs for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with a unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact their office at 330-308-8700 or visit their website at cushfinancial.com to see about scheduling your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independence Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC.
Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. I think they got the speaker set to extra high in Janayton right now. Cartoons, a New Philadelphia kickoff, rolls back on the ground into one of the upman's hands, who loses his footing and goes down at the 30-yard line for Ridgewood. So that's where the Generals will take over. Shannon, we saw that last play. We talked about the play-action fake, and I'm pretty sure you made a pretty astute comment last week about play action's almost always going to work if you've got Kinsey in the backfield for you.
Yeah, I mean, they just do a nice job running the ball all together as a team. When you're averaging about 400 yards rushing a week, you can kind of get cornerbacks and defensive backs to keep their eyes focused on the backfield, and play actions will tend to work. And but, you know, Riker and Pacine still has to do their job right there.
Looks like Carnes is going to line up as your quarterback again. Actually, take that back. It is McQueen this time. He's going to fire down the seam, and he overthrows Tolliver, who was in the slot. Actually, take that back. It was Logan Reidenbaugh, the big tight end, who was streaking down the seam. They took some pages out of the Garraway playbook, knowing that there were some vulnerable spots down in that back half of the secondary for Indian Valley, but a little too much mustard for McQueen that time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if McQueen could have pulled just a little bit off of that, that could have been a big play right there. The only reason it was incomplete is because of the mistake on them, not because of the coverage.
Second down and 10. McQueen will have two running backs in the backfield. Actually, a fullback up close off the line. Left side is the running back. Misdirection. It's Israel up the middle, and he is met by Titan Peterman the moment he touches the ball.
Yeah, Titan Peterman shot through there, and he completely blew him up in the backfield.
Loss of 3 will bring up third down and long. We were talking with Chad Peterman, assistant coach for the Indian Valley Braves, in the pregame, and he said, obviously talking a little bit because Titan Peterman, Chad Peterman, obviously he's got some praise for his son, but he said the way Titan can play, he's been amazed at the growth over the past 2 years.
Yeah, one thing about Coach Pete, you know, if it's his son or if it's not his son, he gives you an honest answer, and I can agree with him. Titan has really come into his own on the football field.
Empty set, shotgun, McQueen up the middle, had pressure, nearly picked off by the safety who comes up on it, Reese St. Clair, as it was overthrown. He collided with the receiver down the field after it was tipped. Incomplete, brings up fourth down. McQueen had a lot of pressure late, straight up the middle.
Yeah, pressure come in and they almost got to him, and hearing a lot of extra whistles for a second.
Yeah, not sure what that is, as the back judge is again coming over to talk with the official. Thought it was something with the football, maybe? And I think they're calling for Trainer Lewis for something. I think there might be some blood on the ball or something. I'm not entirely sure what that might be. Don't remember the last time we've seen something like that, Shannon.
Yeah, the officials cleaning his hands off right there. So while they're doing that, we'll do a quick Ferris Chevrolet scoreboard update. Dover leads Mansfield-Madison 12-0 in the first quarter. Lexington on top of New Philadelphia 14-0. Newcomerstown leads Malvern 8-0. Garraway 14, Tusky Valley 0, Claymont 15, Sandy Valley 3, Stroudsburg 20, Buckeye Trail 0, East Canton 7, TCC 0, Connaught Valley Crestline still scoreless, Salem Carrollton scoreless, Canton South 7, Fairless 0, and Bel Air 6, Harrison Central 0, Bel Air 12, Harrison Central 0. The score actually changed.
Oh, it's changing as you're talking?
Yeah, as soon as I said it, Adam changed the score on me.
Two men will go back deep in St. Clair and Pacine. Punter back for Ridgewood now has his heels on his own 10-yard line. I don't know, can you see the number, Shannon? I forgot the binoculars, unfortunately. Pressure off the edge, and that one still goes back deep. It's into the hands of Pacine, who will fair catch it at his own 41-yard line. So 42-yard line, rather. Indian Valley gets some great field position to start things over again. And if you're Coach Schlusser and company, this is the last thing you can do. These quick 3-and-outs or these short possessions, you got to keep the ball out of the Indian Valley offensive hands. It's just not working so far tonight.
Yeah, because right now we still got 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. You already trailed 13-0. You can't continue to let Indian Valley put a couple more touchdowns on here in the second quarter because they also get the ball first drive in the second half.
Today's presentation of high school football also brought to you in part by Right Mark Roofing, your commercial flat roof specialist. Williams trying to get the play call. Now he'll change some things as he'll go up and bark out orders to his offensive line. Both Barr and Kinsey in the backfield with him. Reed, right side. Williams gets a couple lead blocks, lowers his shoulder into the linebacker, and he barrels over him up to the 50-yard line. An 8-yard pickup, and again, just a sledgehammer up the middle from the Braves.
Yeah, and Williams has taken a couple big hits tonight. Well, he just put one out right there. He just completely ran over the linebacker there to get about an 8-yard gain.
Ball will sit right at midfield. You know, we say there's a lot of people that make high school football possible every single week, and could give a shout-out for somebody who you don't get to talk about very often, and normally you don't want to talk about them, but Trainer Lewis always does some great things here at Indian Valley, being Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Bethany Lewis has done a great job down here for years, but all the schools have great trainers, and it's nice to know that your kids are taken care of at all sporting events.
Kinsey, Wildcat, throws it right side. Reese St. Clair, stiff arm on the edge. He's got the first down, and he's up to the 47-yard line, make it the 46-yard line. Wasn't a long pass, but a 4-yard pickup from Kinsey to St. Clair gives them the first Federal Community Bank first down.
Yeah, how would you like to be the defense right there? You're trying to read what Kinsey's going to do as he's running to you, but you also see St. Clair rolling out here who's wide open. And Generals did a nice job there making a quick adjustment to be able to keep that for going for a long gain.
You have to give if you have to do any critiques on that play, a little bit of a wobbly pass, but it still made its way to its intended target for the 4-yard pickup. I form. Bard lines up deep as a fullback right in front of Kinsey. They'll turn. Kinsey looks for room. Up the middle. Has Israel on his back, and he'll pull him all the way up to the 39-yard line. Pick up a 7 on first down.
Yeah, nice job by Bradley Barr right there, and I think it was Titan Peterman. They both pulled over there and was able to kick their guys out right there to get a nice little gain.
Braves, when they break the huddle, probably be about under 9 minutes to go before the halftime break. Remember, Indian Valley does receive the second half kickoff, and they've got the 13-0 lead. Second down and 7 upcoming. I form again, 1 by 1, one wide receiver either side. Williams is under center. Ridgewood trying to bring some heat up the middle. Kinsey is submarined, and actually it's a play fake. Williams still has the ball and is scrambling around. He's got one wide receiver deep in James. Now he's just going to take off and run. He'll get the first down and another flag back deep. And I think they're going to get Brogan Wilson as the guilty party.
Yeah, they're going to get Wilson back there, and that was just kind of a long ways away from the play, and he just kind of tackled his guy. He should have just let him go right there. Williams had such a great play fake right there.
Everybody in the stadium was folded.
Everybody was looking. Kenzie's down there tackled, and luckily the officials knew that Riker still had the ball rolling around back there, but it was all for naught.
Colt James was the only receiver on that play, and he was looking for room, but he was locked up by the cornerback on the edge.
And you got to give credit to the cornerback right there, because a lot of cornerbacks and stuff keep their eyes in the backfield, and they bite on that play fake, and he did his job. He stayed with his wide receiver the whole time.
And how many cornerbacks you know are also the quarterback? It was McQueen who was all over him. Shotgun. Williams has Kinsey. Play fake. He'll roll to the left. Now a shovel pass up the middle. Kinsey looks for room, and he's down to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, they just try to approach right there, and a good job by Ridgewood there to sniff it out to be able to tackle Kinsey after about a 5-yard gain.
5-yard pickup there. Again, not a new wrinkle to the Indian Valley offense we haven't seen, a shovel pass up the middle.
Well, it's got to be difficult for all these teams that are getting ready to play Indian Valley, and they start watching this film, and now they're doing
There's a couple new things.
All this other stuff compared to what they normally do. 3rd
down and 8 upcoming. Shot or in the I form. Williams pitches it out to Kinsey, who will throw back to Williams. He'll look for room. He's up the middle, and he is dropped as he'll go down at about the 38-yard line. He's going to come up short on the throwback screen. It's a 6-yard pickup, brings up 4th down and 2.
Yeah, and I look for Coach Lancaster to go for it right here. I mean, you're in Ridgewood general territory on the 37-yard line.
I'm having to expand
38-yard line.
I'm having to expand the box score generator here, Shannon, because we are not expecting some of these looks. Braves will break the huddle. 38-yard line. They got 2 yards to go for the first. 7:20 on the clock. Trips bunch to the right. Spread out wide on the hash marks. Kinsey in the shotgun. He'll get the direct snap from Williams up the gut, lowers his shoulder, spins over, leads the ball out at the 35, and he'll have enough for a First Federal Community Bank first down. A 3-yard pickup, and Kinsey knew exactly where he needed to put the ball to move the sticks.
Yeah, nice job by Ridgewood right there. They come up to the line. They were ready to go. You know, they fought right there hard, but at the end of the day, Kinsey was able to make that kind of last-second twist right there, not bounce off a guy and lean forward to get the first down.
Ball at the 35-yard line, 7 minutes to go. Coming up, it is your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. We'll have some stats and insights from the first half of action. Indian Valley up 13-0. Both teams undefeated. Williams in the shotgun. Play fake. Back to pass. Pressure off the right side from Carnes. He's going to air it out deep. He'll go for Colt James on the back end line of the end zone. Sliding attempt, and he can't haul it in. James was trying to keep the feet in and trying to haul it in with a basket catch, but couldn't quite corral it. Williams uncorked it from about 50 yards back and nearly put it on the money.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I think it took so long to develop for James to get over that way. By the time Williams uncorked it, it just kind of ran him out of room in the back of the end zone.
2nd down and 10 upcoming. Clock is stopped at 6:45. Shotgun again. Williams has Kinsey in the backfield with him. One wide receiver either side. Motion man from right to left in Hostetler. They'll fake the jet sweep. Williams a read straight up the middle. Breaks off one tackle. He's got the edge, and he's got a lot more. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown for Riker Williams from 35 yards out. Thanks to some timely blocking, gets the quarterback free in open space.
Yeah, right. Riker Williams just does what he normally does right there. He's smooth and patient. Looks like he's in slow motion, and he just goes down the right side and jogs into the end zone.
From 35 yards out, makes it a 19-0 ball game. We'll see if the Braves are going to attempt to go for 2 here. Certainly looks like they are. As Rowan Pacine comes out, they get the play call in.
You know what I could go for? 2 slices of Amici's pizza.
Well, there's some Amici's pizza still sitting in the press box if you want it.
Got to thank the Booster Club for always feeding us when we come here, but we also got to thank Amici's for always jumping on board anytime we do a sporting event. So you're looking for dinner tonight, they're open late on Friday nights. Check out Amici's.
Shotgun, direct snap. Kinsey up the middle, gets a lead block, puts down his shoulder pads, and he's in. Sometimes almost just a moot point, as it is so hard to get Kinsey out of the end on a 2-point try. It's 21-0. It is General's ball coming back right after this.
Are you ready to make a difference in a young person's life? Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio has 88 children waiting for a mentor. As a mentor, you will spend as little as 4 hours a month with your little, guiding them, listening, and helping them discover their full potential. Your time and your kindness can change the course of their future. By becoming a Big, you're not just volunteering, you're defending the potential of a child, giving them an opportunity to dream big and reach higher. Visit www.bigs4kids.com to sign up and help us make sure that no child has to wait. Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio. Defend the potential and become a Big today.
Lindsay Adams State Farm takes pride in customer service, community involvement, and their professional knowledge in the products and services offered, providing protection to their customers in more ways than just their auto insurance by protecting you from encountering any unexpected occurrences, including your auto, home, income, and the loss of a loved one. At Lindsay Adams State Farm, you're more than a customer, you're part of their family. Learn more about what Lindsay and her agents can do for you by visiting lindsayadamsf.com.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Almost time for a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff once again. James about set to put it back deep. 2 returners deep for Ridgewood. Shannon will have a couple things we want to talk about from that last drive. We'll do it after this kickoff as James boots it away back to the 10-yard line of Ridgewood. Carnes looks for room on the right side. He'll cut up the middle. He's got some space at the 35. Now he's corralled. Still on his feet, pushing forward. Now it's a big pile and a scrum, and all the way down to the 44-yard line. Nice return for Ridgewood. Perfect field position.
Yeah, nice job right there by the return team. And if there's something that we've seen that Indian Valley needs to clean up throughout the year, has sometimes been their special teams. They kind of can get a wall built against them, and Generals just did a nice job going straight right there. He didn't try to dance, didn't try to go one way or the other. He just went straight, and they built a nice wall for him.
Something we were going to say from that last offensive drive, actually from really this entire first half so far, we haven't had to see Williams do a ton this year. You know, he's still been a steady hand at quarterback. We haven't seen him do a bunch or as much as he's done with the ball before, whether it's running or throwing. They're showing off tonight another wrinkle to this offense with Riker Williams as a dangerous weapon. Talon Carnes right up the gut, and he had a big hole. He'll go down at the 50-yard line, actually about the 49.5. Give him a 5-yard carry there. Carnes is so fast on that first step.
Yeah, he's really quick on the first step. But to go back to Frank, you know, he also plays defensive end. He plays both
Forget
ways.
about the Frank thing.
But, you know, I'm sure Coach Lancaster and those guys, they're kind of, in some of those games, they're kind of just maybe looking out for reps. You don't want to get guys beat up, banged up, you know. You don't want to get him hurt going into the later in the season because you need him.
Ball at the 49-yard line, 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Shotgun formation. It is McQueen in the backfield. He'll go to Israel. He'll look for room. He's up to the 50, lowers his head. He'll go down to the 48-yard line on positive territory this time, and it will be a pickup that time of about 3 or 4, so that will bring up 3rd down and very short. Israel so far his 4th carry. Somebody's celebrating the fall weather because it certainly smells like we got a campfire going.
There's a campfire going. I'm looking around.
Trying to find where it is.
Trying to find some food. But, hey, if you're getting ready to have a party or anything like that this fall, go check out the folks over at Tusky Deli. They can make you meat and cheese trays. They can make you a sandwich there on the spot.
They got hot dogs for sale for some wiener cookouts.
They got all kinds of stuff. I know the middle school kids like going down there after school and getting snacks, so check out the fine folks over at Tusky Deli.
3rd down and 1. Motion man from left to right in Carnes. He'll now butt up as a tight end. McQueen was under center, and it looks like we got a timeout. It's brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports returns after this.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Motion man from left to right. They'll hand it off straight up the gut, diving forward, and it's going to be very close as going down at about the 46-yard line was the ball carrier there, I believe. That might have been Tolliver straight up the gut that time. We're going to see where they mark the ball officially. It looks like it should be enough for a First Federal Community Bank first down, and sure enough, that's what the signal is. Just a 1-yard pickup for the big fullback there. It's hard to call him a fullback, though, Shannon, because it is just a pure athlete back there in Tolliver.
Yeah, he's a special athlete for Coach John Slusser, and he gets a lot of praise about how hard he works and how strong he is.
1st and 10, under 5 minutes to go before the halftime break. Braves up 21-0. Pistol set this time. McQueen has a running back behind him. Tight end, right side of the line, 2 wide receivers spread right. Pine will go down, and somebody flinched, I thought.
Timeout.
And it is another timeout. And it will be called by Ridgewood. We'll go ahead and step aside as well. We'll be back after this Cush Financial Group break.
Hey, other guys' insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal, and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently.
decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm Crystal, General Manager at Loudon Motors Ford. I invite you to stop in and feel the difference of shopping for your next vehicle with our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff, or the personal touch that you will receive from one of the last family-owned and operated dealerships for nearly 100 years. So my question for you is, when will you experience the crystal clear and loud and clear advantage right here in sunny Minerva, Ohio?
Shotgun formation. McQueen will hand it off. It's Israel off the right side. He runs into a wall, and he goes down. A pickup of about 3 there on the first down carry as the clock continues to roll now. No timeouts left on the board for the Generals here, Shannon, so they're going to have to still operate kind of quickly here with 4.5 to go.
Yeah, Coach Lester had to burn a couple timeouts right there. Not sure what he's seen, if it was on the defensive side that he didn't like something he's seen, or if it was just the guys weren't getting the right formation, but he had to burn a couple quick timeouts right there.
Generals break the huddle. Carnes lines up out wide, closest to us. Reidenbaugh, the tight end on the right side. Shotgun. McQueen has one running back to his left. Tolliver's in the backfield with him off to the right side as well. McQueen ready, takes the snap. Play fake to Tolliver, back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. Titan Peterman runs past him. Now a throwback to the middle of the field, and a dangerous throw there from McQueen as it is tipped away, incomplete, and falls harmlessly down to the ground.
Yeah, from up here where we're standing, looks like McQueen probably should have kept that ball run. He probably could have got close to the first down marker right there, but you don't know the angles that the players are running if you could have got there. But like you said, that's a dangerous pass to try to throw back across your body into the center of the field.
So 3rd down and 7, just under 4 minutes to go here. The last thing you want to do if you're Ridgewood is give the ball back to Indian Valley, allow them to almost double dip with 3 timeouts left and to get the second half kickoff.
Yeah, Coach Luster's wanting to get a couple yards right here. So that way he can go for it on 4th down.
McQueen in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 wide receivers spread left. He'll roll to the left side. A lot of pressure. He'll step up. He's got nothing but green grass in front of him. 35, first down, 30, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A nice pickup that time for McQueen, who took the wide open space in front of him and converted it into 16 yards.
Yeah, that was just a nice play call right there. They played everything to come to the left. They brought everybody to the left, and the Indian Valley defense went with it, and he just turned and went back the other way, and that was just an easy first down pickup for him.
They ended up marking him down at the 25, so an 18-yard pickup there. No panic back there in the pocket either from McQueen. Saw the pressure, stepped up, and realized just how much room he had. Shotgun again. Ridgewood will button everything up close to the line. It's Carnes in the Wildcat. He'll stutter step right side off the back of his right tackle, driven down to the ground at the 23-yard line. 2-yard pickup for Carnes. Carnes has a ton of speed listed at 5'8", 165, but you and I have seen him, Shannon. He is not built like a traditional short, small running back. He is a very stout athlete.
Yeah, and he's a very strong runner. Like I said, he runs the 300-meter hurdles. He competes against Hostetler for here from Indian Valley. They're a pretty good battle in the track season in different events. Like I said, if he can get some open space, he can fly.
Ball at the 23-yard line, under 3 minutes to go. 2nd down and 8. They'll button things up again with tight ends close to the line. It is Carnes. He will hand it off. It's Israel, looks for room, and he's got nowhere to go. He's grabbed at the 24 and planted right there. Maybe gave him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing really doing for Israel. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first half, with Indian Valley leading 21-0.
Ridgewood taking their time a little bit, chewing some of this clock. Still probably 4-down territory at the Indian Valley 23-yard line. They'll go 3 wide receivers left. It's McQueen by himself in the shotgun. 1 tight end on the right side and Reidenbaugh. McQueen gets the snap, looks left, delivers on a swing pass. That's into the hands of Carnes. He'll look for room, and he's got the first down, but he is going to be finally corralled. Actually was a few yards short, but it's not going to matter regardless. A flag came in from the Indian Valley sideline. It's coming back.
Yeah, there was a plain hole as the Indian Valley player was trying to get to him, and it looked like he was grabbed around the hip area and drugged backwards. So that's going to be a big holding play right there.
Move the Generals offense back. For those of you listening on the radio who couldn't see it on our YouTube live stream, of course, think of it as the arm getting pinned down and the other arm's doing the imaginary swim, just trying to get out of it. Some mistakes on both sides for sure. Penalty flags, quite a few of them in this first half. We'll see how both sides are able to adjust. It was the second half last week that really ended up being the one where there were a lot of infractions for the Braves. Under 2 minutes to go, McQueen will line up in the backfield by himself. Trips bunch to the right. McQueen rolls to the right side. Some pressure off the right now. He'll deliver to the middle of the field. Has a receiver who has found himself wide open and will go down at the 11-yard line. A 22-yard pickup into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. Maverick Lockard, listed as a running back, found himself open down the field, just settled into an open spot, and there was no one around him.
Yeah, he did a nice job right there. Find the open area is all you can do.
Just the second completion so far for McQueen, but it's got Ridgewood in business. Generals break the huddle. They'll go back with a pistol set as McQueen has a running back behind him, whistles, and a timeout for the Braves. We'll take a Cush Financial Group timeout. Big Z Sports returns after this.
Hi, I'm Crystal, General Manager at Loudon Motors Ford. I invite you to stop in and feel the difference of shopping for your next vehicle with our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff, or the personal touch that you will receive from one of the last family-owned and operated dealerships for nearly 100 years. So my question for you is, when will you experience the crystal clear and Loud and Clear Advantage right here in sunny Minerva, Ohio?
Technology shouldn't slow us down. It should move us forward. At LodgeVision Technologies, we've been helping local businesses for over 12 years on US 62 in Winesburg, solving tech problems and making everyday operations easier. And we're here with custom IT solutions that just simply work. At LodgeVision, it's people first. That means service with integrity, professionalism, and genuine care. Call 330-234-5025 for your free consultation today. LodgeVision Technologies, local IT, real solutions, people first.
Back in after this Cush Financial Group timeout. A minute 21 to go in the first half of action. 1st and 10, ball sits at about the 10-yard line. Ridgewood driving, trying to get some points on the board before halftime. Shotgun, McQueen, play fake, right side, and somebody wasn't fooled over there, and dropping him to the ground that time was the Indian Valley linebacker. And that was Brett O'Connor, actually, and a flag late, and I think somebody might have said a few too many words there, Shannon.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which way it was as the Indian Valley players are looking back towards the official.
It was a loss of 1 on the carry, dead ball foul, and we'll see what the call is. Neither side has started moving one way or another. There was no extracurricular pushing or anything. It was taunting, and it will be going on the defense for Indian Valley. So a big break if you're Ridgewood. Give them a first down in this goal-to-go situation. I'm not sure which play it would have been on after that loss of 1, but now basically wipe it off the board, and the Generals' offense keeps rolling.
Yeah, like I said, and they got well, it's second down because it was a dead ball personal foul. So 2nd and 5 from the.
Coach Lancaster is out on the field at the numbers. And the official was explaining to him, I think Coach Lank wanted an explanation as to why it was a taunting call. And now I think they had to reset the clock.
He wanted to make sure they knew that it was still 2nd down.
Not sure how that is still 2nd down, but regardless, shotgun formation for McQueen. He'll go straight up the gut, looks for room, cuts back, still driving at the 2, leans over, close to the goal line, and he is marked down at the 1. A 4-yard pickup. That was close that time as McQueen just kept fighting.
Listen, if you're at home and you're watching this game and you haven't had dinner yet, start putting your shoes on because in 48 seconds it'll be halftime. You could drive to the Old Town Tavern, get dinner, and watch the second half with Dale and his staff down there at the Old Town Tavern.
Get you a wood-fired steak. McQueen's going to go under center. Game clock ticking down. Motion man from right to left. Straight up the gut and diving forward and in. The Ridgewood Generals get on the board right before the buzzer, and it's capped off with some short yardage running there.
Yeah, nice job right there. When all you needed was a yard, all you needed your offensive line to do was fire off and hold their block for a half a second and hope they shove forward and get the in the end zone.
Could not tell from here which one it was who dove in. Thought maybe it was Tolliver, but the 1-yard touchdown run makes it a 21-6 ball game. Extra point upcoming. That is exactly what the doctor ordered if you're the Generals. Makes it a 2-score game before halftime. Good snap, good hold, and it is going to be right through. We'll be back for a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff right after this.
So you call your virtual.
The other guy has insurance. You got Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. It's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal, and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course. At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Spring and summer bring big events, graduations, yard sales, and tournaments. The Educational Service Center Print Center is your go-to for sponsor banners, yard signs, and custom graduation packages with invitations, envelopes, and thank you cards. And when it's time for sports, the ECO Center in St. Clairsville is the perfect venue for AAU and JO tournaments. With spacious seating, plenty of parking, and easy access to hotels and restaurants, it's your one-stop arena for wrestling, cheer, and more. Plan your next event with us on the court or in print. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Almost time for a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff as Jaden Smolder, the junior, going to be putting it back deep to two Indian Valley returners. It was Logan Israel who went straight up the gut for Ridgewood and powered it in from a yard away to make this a two-score ball game. Returner there will come up and field it. That is Hostetler. He's got a ton of room on the right side. 40, cutback lane 50. Hostetler hit at the 45 and pulled down at the 44. And just like that, flips the field. Indian Valley's in business with 2 timeouts left in 23 seconds.
Well, I was getting ready to say, didn't want to interrupt you while you was talking, but I was going to say it was going to take a good return to decide if Lancaster would go ahead and go for it. Well, you know now, with where they're sitting now, he's going to try to put this in the end zone with 23 seconds left.
Hostetler is another one of those players who we talked about. It looks like he's moving in slow motion, but covers so much ground. They'll go 2 wide receivers right, St. Clair in the slot. He'll motion from right to left. Williams, play fake to him. Back to pass. He's looking for James up the middle. Now pressure. Williams is flushed. He'll step up. He looks for more room. Gets an outside block. He's up to the 40. Flags come in. He's down at the 35, and it's going back. Holding that time either on Brogan Wilson or Titan Peterman.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Brogan Wilson because as the defender tried to throw him away, they were still held up and spun around and flew backwards.
So that one might be your drive killer if you're Indian Valley. That took 9 seconds off the clock and will back you up 10 yards after the spot foul. It happened basically at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's the 3rd holding penalty on Indian Valley here in the first half.
Bit of a problem they had last week as well. Ball moves back into the Indian Valley side of the field at the 46-yard line. And a timeout as they got the wrong personnel on the field. We'll keep it right here this time around just to give Chris Cale a break back there in studio. Shannon, you got a scoreboard update?
Yeah, Ferris Chevrolet scoreboard update as Mansfield is making a comeback against Dover. Dover now leads 18-14. Lexington all over New Philadelphia 28-7. We got a game right down the road here in Newcomerstown as Newcomerstown leads Malvern 16-12, and you can watch that one on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel also. Garraway all over Tusky Valley 36-0. Claymont leads Sandy Valley 29-3. Stroudsburg leads Buckeye Trail 20-8 in the second quarter. East Canton 28, TCC 0. Crestline leads Connaught Valley 7-6. Connaught Valley had to make the long trip down towards Columbus for that game. Salem has now scored and they lead Carrollton 20-0 in the second quarter. Canton South 21, Fairless 7, and Bel Air leads Harrison Central 12-0 in the second quarter.
Braves will come in after having some personnel problems as they are pushed back to their own 46-yard line. 11.6 seconds. They actually adjusted the game clock, Shannon, so that play took about 11.5 seconds off of the clock. We'll see how aggressive Indian Valley is. Williams in the pistol has Kinsey behind him. He'll do a play fake. Goes back to pass. He's looking right. Pressure off the left side. He's just going to heave it down the end zone. Hostetler stops, and there is McQueen on the jump ball, and he'll pull it in at the 6-yard line. Great job by Ridgewood and McQueen, who was down there just waiting on it. Hostetler stopped his route, and there was no way that he was going to catch back up to McQueen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he stopped or if he started to stumble right there and he had to catch himself. But like you said, what it did, it pretty much just turned into a punt right there as he threw it up. But I don't think Ridgewood will run a play right here. I imagine they'll just kneel it and get out of the half.
I would have to imagine because they are marked at their own 5-yard line with 3.5 seconds to go here. No timeouts left either.
But sometimes those are the plays that
might have something up the bag of tricks.
I mean, we've seen it happen in the Malvern-Strasburg game earlier this year.
They're going to line up Tolliver as the fullback offset right. McQueen's going to go under center. and we'll drop down to an E. That'll do it for our first half of action. It is the First National Bank of Denison halftime report, 21-7. Indian Valley leads, but Ridgewood, Shannon, clawing their way back in here, and they did everything that they needed to keep this one close. If you're going to go through the stats that we're here in just a little bit, Indian Valley's dominating the game overall in terms of total yardage and such like that, but Ridgewood, again, you can never count them out. They are always right there and find a way to keep this one close.
I mean, they're a well-coached football team. John Slusser's teams are one of those teams that it doesn't matter who you're playing or what the records are. They're going to find ways to get defensive stops when they need to, and they're going to find ways to score points. You know, Indian Valley had a lot of mistakes there in the first half with those holding penalties, and I can guarantee you Coach Lancaster isn't happy about some of those penalties right there. They'll address those. Coach Slusser's going to go in at halftime, talk his team up and say, listen, we can play with these guys. Let's go back out in the second half, get a stop, and we'll go on from there.
Braves with 187 yards as a team in that first half, only 79 yards for Ridgewood, but it is a 14-point ball game. Indian Valley will receive the second half kickoff, and when we return, we'll be back on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel for our version of the halftime report. The guys in studio will take it from here and bring you updates from all your favorite area teams all around Z Country, thanks to all of our fantastic stringers, as well as our other games going on in progress. You're tuned in with high school football right here in Z Country.
Newtown Mall provides you a one-stop shop for anything you need. You can shop the latest fashions at Kohl's, Maurice's, or Marshall's, get your sporting goods at Dunham's or Dick's Sporting Goods, or redo a room in your house at Ashley Furniture. Find all these stores and more for yourself and experience Newtown. Plus, you can sign up to be a Newtown Mall VIP and follow your favorite stores so you're the first to know sales, giveaways, events, and more. To sign up and to see all that's happening, visit newtownmall.com.
Want to stay warm in your vehicle this winter? Call the Remote Start Pros at Cartoons and Accessories in New Philly. With over 15,000 units installed over 18 years in the market, Cartoons in-car experts have the expertise to get the job done right. Cartoons carries a full assortment of remote starts that give you any desired range needed to warm up your car from anywhere. We also do diesel vehicles as well as standard shift vehicles. So don't delay. Call Cartoons today and schedule an appointment and stay warm all winter long. Cartoons at 517 West High Avenue in New Philly, 330-339-2006. Be there.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of these communities, there is nothing better than high school football. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty at 330-364-SOLD.
Simona Bolteron is a global leader in plastics technology, manufacturing thermoplastic products for industries such as aircraft interior parts, medical device housings, wall coverings, general thermoforming, and many more. Simona Bolteron, a company like a friend, is proud to be a part of the community and wishes all local athletes good luck and have a great year. For more information, visit them online at bolteron.com. Simona Bolteron, 1 General Street, Newcomerstown.
With Room by Room, new from Carpet One, we've made finding the right floors easier than ever. Browse our curated collection of flooring options and shop by color, design, and lifestyle. Our local flooring experts will work with you to make your vision a reality and guide you with knowledge and easy-to-use tools to find the floor that fits your needs. So if you're ready to transform your home with beautiful new floors, scan the code to get started and come see the Room by Room difference for yourself. Exclusively at Carpet One Floor and Home.
Hi, this is Zarek with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. How healthy is the air you breathe? When air quality outside is bad, you can breathe easy inside your home with air purifiers, high-quality air filtration, and other fine products from Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are your local trained comfort specialist in downtown Dover, providing 24-hour emergency service since 1981. For all your home comfort needs, call us at 330-343-5511. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
The American Professional Truck Driving School by Buckeye Career Center offers hands-on CDL training and expert-led classroom instruction to prepare you for success. Already trained elsewhere? No problem. Complete testing on-site at U.S. America CDL Test Center by Buckeye Career Center. Register for training or to take your CDL test by calling today. Get the skills. Get certified. Get on the road with Buckeye Career Center.
Are you a compassionate caregiver looking for a career with purpose? Second Family Home Care and Support Services is now hiring home health aides and STNAs. We offer competitive wages, flex time scheduling, and employment rewards because we believe in supporting the people who support others. Start your journey with a company that truly cares. Visit careers.secondfamily.com to apply today or contact them at 740-462-3152.
Gillen Body Shop knows that when their business is needed, it's never planned and it can cause quite the inconvenience. That's why Gillen Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for their customers by making sure the work is completed right the first time. Gillen Body Shop has experienced staff that give all completed work a 100% guarantee. So when those unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice. Gillen Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philadelphia. Find them on Facebook. It is the First National Bank of Denison halftime report as Indian Valley leads 21-7 over the visiting Ridgewood Generals. Looking at some of the stats from that first half of action, Shannon, we mentioned the yardage breakdown. It was Indian Valley who had the 187 yards in the first half, 79 yards for Ridgewood. Scoring on the ground for Indian Valley, it was Bradley Barr, Riker Williams, as well as two touchdowns for Riker Williams, I should say. We haven't seen a Grady Kinsey touchdown run yet, have we not?
Yeah, I don't know what Grady Kinsey's deal is right now. But, it's just he got an outstanding offense around him, and, he'll be the first one to tell you that this is a team effort. And tonight he's having a great game. Some of his other players are having a great game, and it's just who's ever the one that breaks free that gets the touchdown. But an outstanding offensive performance right now all around from the Braves. They just got some serious holding penalties they got to get cleaned up.
So far to this point, it is Riker Williams at 4 for 6 for 61 yards and the 1 INT. Grady Kinsey is 2 for 2 for 10 yards. Kinsey has 9 totes for 50 yards. Williams with 6 carries for 59 yards. Barr has the only other carry. It went in from 7 yards out for the touchdown. Leading receiver for the Braves with a pair of receptions for 32 yards is Kinsey. So they're adding some new wrinkles to things. It's not the same that we've normally seen from Indian Valley, and it is paying off, though. They got the 14-point lead, and they get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, like I said, some new wrinkles. They've tried some new things. Kinsey actually has, 2 passes tonight. One's a throwback pass to Riker, and the other one was out in the flats to St. Clair?
It was St. Clair, yes.
Yeah, so he threw one out there. But, then you got guys like Colt James that's getting involved in the offense. And, that's on the coaching staff. They're doing an outstanding job moving the ball around, getting things ready for the postseason and trying to maximize their offense altogether. But, the defense has played really well again tonight.
For the Ridgewood Generals, even with just 79 yards, still have it down to a 2-score ball game. Jace McQueen at quarterback, 2 for 6 so far, for 29 yards. He has been scrambling around a lot back there in the pocket. He has been flushed down. Just don't think he's been getting a lot of open receivers so far to this point. Leading the way in terms of the rushing game, the leading ball carrier with 7 carries is Logan Israel. He's only turned those into 14 yards, though, so far to this point. 5 carries for 25 yards for McQueen. You also have 5 carries for Carnes. He's only been able to muster 11 yards. So basically, pretty much everything you're seeing there, other than a 23-yard hookup in the pass game, everything's been staying in front for the Indian Valley defense. Ridgewood is going to have to find a way to push the ball down the field.
Yeah, Indian Valley's done a nice job. They get that good push at the defensive line. they kind of stretch him out wide. And when McQueen steps back to pass, they're able to get the pressure under him, forcing him to throw the ball. And a lot of the passes have been off the mark. And like I said, it all starts up front with that Indian Valley defensive line. They're playing really well tonight. And Coach Slusser and those guys are going to have to make adjustments to get to that second level.
Well, I'll tell you what, partner, we're going to take a timeout here in the First National Bank of Denison, so that way we can stretch our legs a little bit. We'll pay a couple extra bills. And when we return, second half of football is going to be on the way. This is so far living up to exactly the IVC South class you expected it to be.
It's Ridgewood, it's Indian Valley, John Slusser, Matt Lancaster. It's football, and these two teams do it very well, and we're in for an exciting second half.
There's a bunch of jeans and hoodies around, and Shannon's standing there in cargo shorts and a polo, and he ain't cold yet, apparently.
I'm ready to go.
For Aruba.
For Aruba.
Of course. Stay tuned. We've got the second half on the way coming up here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel.
The Sarshone name has always been known for truck sales, and once you see our inventory, you'll understand why. At Sarshone, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Dalton, you'll find the largest selection of new trucks and SUVs in the area. Shop our inventory at sarshonecdjr.com or stop in and visit us on the corner of Route 30 and Route 94 in Dalton. Sarshone, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Get your own at Sarshone.
Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athlete has the best gear for the sports they play. Dumont's has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing as well as embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and for all your apparel needs, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
Ready to go hog wild for game day grilling? Rody's IJ has meat deals that'll make your spatula do a touchdown dance.
Scott, did you say hog wild? I already painted my chest and tackled my neighbor's dog.
USDA bone-in pork loin chops, $3.28 a pound. Bone-in sirloin roast, just $2.48 a pound.
That's cheaper than a ref's bad call.
Boneless Western-style pork ribs, $3.28 a pound. Whole pork shoulder, $1.98 a pound.
I'm emotionally unprepared for this joy.
Ground round, cube steak, and 2-pound grapes for $3.98. Strawberries for $4.78.
I'm bringing my grill, and maybe put a shirt on.
All this week at Rody's IJ Millersburg. Don't miss it.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov
or go to empowertusk.com.
Kinsey Excavating and Trucking is a family-owned and operated business in New Philadelphia. KET is a general contractor. They provide services to commercial and municipal clients. They employ local union operators and laborers. KET is dedicated to providing outstanding work using the latest technology and employing local individuals to positively impact Tuscarawas County and the surrounding area. Kinsey Excavating and Trucking proudly supports the Indian Valley Local School District and wishes all area athletes, musicians, artists, and students a successful season.
Old Town Tavern in Tuskegee offers you a menu full of choices, all cooked in their wood stone brick oven over an open flame, which provides layers of flavor to each dish served. Taste the difference with the pizza, sandwich, brick oven pasta, and the popular choices of steak or chicken. Old Town Tavern is open Wednesday and Thursday, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. To see all Old Town Tavern has to offer, find them on Facebook. USP Sandblasting and Painting specializes in sandblasting, painting, high-quality graphics, decals, banners, and signs. Whether you have a one-time job or a company that needs multiple graphics, USP provides their design services to create the attention-grabbing designs tailored to fit your needs. For 38 years, USP has provided their customers with high-quality sandblasting and painting services. To hear all USP Sandblasting and Painting has to offer, call 740-254-9061.
Hungry? Swing by Tusky Deli, right in the heart of Tusky. They have the lowest prices on deli meats and cheeses, a fully stocked freezer and cold food section, and delicious grab-and-go sandwiches, wraps, salads, and more. And now, every Friday, they are firing up their brand new pizza oven for made-to-order pizzas that are hot, fresh, and unforgettable. Stop in, stock up, and taste the savings. Check out everything they offer by finding the Tusky Deli on Facebook. Tusky Deli, local, fresh, affordable.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza with locations in West Lafayette and Chenaden-Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Chenaden-Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Hey there, football fans. For over 60 years, Hampshire Insurance has been a cornerstone of the Sugar Creek community. We specialize in home, auto, life, commercial, and farm insurance. With our friendly and efficient service, you can rest easy knowing Hampshire Insurance is providing a path forward when the unthinkable happens. Give us a call at 330-852-4087. Hampshire Insurance, proud supporters of high school sports and your trusted neighbors in Sugar Creek.
Let Sugar Valley Meats help you get ready for the game with all your tailgate favorites. Their retail store features the freshest, locally raised beef, pork, and chicken. Enjoy freshly cured and smoked meats from the Sugar Valley Smokehouse, along with bologna, hot dogs, jerkies, and more. They can custom cut your order, and all meats are dressed on site, all with everyday low prices. Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive, turn right and go a quarter of a mile, celebrating 35 years of fresh, farm-raised, local meats.
Energize work and play with the Kawasaki Brute Force 450 4x4 ATV. With a 443cc 4-stroke engine, long travel suspension, on-demand drive systems, and LED lighting, this aggressively stylish midsize ATV leaves its class in a cloud of dust. Versatile, powerful, midsize. The Kawasaki Brute Force 450 4x4 ATV is built for what drives you.
See Exodus Cycles in Millersburg or online at exoduscycles.com.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Right Mark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Right Mark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. And stay tuned with us because we've got the second half on the way. We're going to be rejoining the guys back in studio here in just a few moments. Shannon, I'll ask you this real quick. Biggest key in the second half for Indian Valley on this first drive with a 14-point lead?
clean up a lot of mistakes. I mean, the drives that got stopped were drives that you killed yourself.
And for the Ridgewood Generals on the other side of the coin, starting out on defense.
They just got to find a way to get Indian Valley to punt the ball away right here or get a turnover. You can't let Indian Valley go down and punch one into the end zone.
We will wait and see. We'll take another brief timeout. When we return, we'll rejoin the guys in studio. Stay tuned. Your home for high school football is right here with Big Z Sports.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
At Hartson's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Hartson's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans. First Federal Community Bank, serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Back to the field with Big Z Sports.
Coming in off the First National Bank of Denison halftime report, almost set for the second half of action. 1 minute counting down on the scoreboard here. Shannon, I'm sure that was an interesting halftime for both sides, because if you're Ridgewood, you played from behind. I mean, you're still behind, but you were unable to really do much of anything on offense through that entire first half. All of a sudden, you get a little momentum right before you go into the halftime break, so you might be having some positivity in there, maybe some positive vibes in their locker room. On the other side for Indian Valley, it's been a good first half, or was a good first half with those 21 points, but you and I were talking there, just a ton of mistakes that I know they weren't happy about.
Yeah, and when the coaches come back up, we're standing right outside the Indian Valley coaches box, and they come by and they all just smile at us. And sometimes the way they smile at us, we can kind of tell how things went in the locker room, and I'm sure that those situations were addressed. And when they go out here for this first drive in the second half, if those guys up front, they want to make sure they got those holding penalties cleaned up, because if they don't, I'm sure there's some kids standing on the sideline that might get a shot.
Might have to wait and see. It is going to be a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff. Thanks for the guys back in studio. For their halftime report, Jaden Smolder is going to be sending it back deep to 2 returners for Indian Valley. You got Kyler Vosick near side. Kind of a quiet game for him so far. Carson Hostetler on the far side. Indian Valley is going to play tight up towards the 10-yard mark that the ball has to go. Maybe you could see a little trickeration here. I have a feeling, though, regardless of what Smolder does, he ain't going to put it into number 5's hands after that return we saw right before halftime.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where you're trying to kick it away. Sometimes you think you're keeping him away from the deep man that is the dangerous man. But Hostetler was up a little bit, and he was able to get that one off a short kick and had a nice return. So, but, they also got a lot of speed on that side, too, up on the 30-yard line with Reese St. Clair. So you want to keep it away from him, too.
Third quarter is here. It's an onside kick, and an up man for Indian Valley tries to fall on it. It squirts free, but the other guy behind him will fall on it. It was Bradley Barr who was up close, nearly couldn't corral it, but the other man who was right behind him who ended up saving the possession was Logan Burrier, the junior. And I feel like that was probably designed that way. You have Burrier right back there for any other carom.
Yeah, Burrier was in the right spot at the right time because Barr, he kind of had to sit up to look for it, and if it would have took about a second longer, he would have had the Ridgewood Generals all over him.
Braves start off in plus territory at the Ridgewood 49. They'll go I-form with Barr in front of Kinsey, 2 wide receivers right. Kinsey getting the troops, Williams getting the troops in order. They'll turn, they'll hand it off. Kinsey straight up the gut, shreds off one tackle, and he'll lean forward up to the 40-yard line. A 9-yard pickup on first down, and he was carrying a defender on his leg for about 8 of those 9 yards.
Yeah, nice job right there by the guys up front for Indian Valley. They won the trenches right there, and they kind of got to seize the spread a little bit, and it was just a quick burst, quick 9 yards. And that's one thing about Grady Kinsey we've seen through the years. He's not a running back that likes to dance around or juke and do all that stuff. He's going to give you a burst of speed, and whatever happens, happens.
Anything slow, he'll have some patience. He'll stutter, but it's one cut and gone. Hostetler checked in. James checks out. Williams turns, hands it off. Kinsey up towards first down yardage, and he goes backwards through the pile and still going, and he's up to the 27-yard line. Kinsey was backpedaling for 8 of the yards on that carry on a 12-yard pickup and a First Federal Community Bank first down.
Well, we got to see everybody else in the offense get their carries in the first half. He carried the ball a good bit too, but right now they're going to come out and do what they do best, and they're going to give Grady Kinsey the rock, and they're going to send him.
Braves working quickly here under center. Williams gives it off. Kinsey up the middle, off the back of his center, actually his left guard in Coy Haney, who he'll knock backwards to the 20-yard line. Kinsey goes down at the 22, a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah. Poor Corey Haney was trying to make a block for Grady out there, kind of got spun around, and Grady kind of met him head on and shoved him about 5 yards downfield.
Knock it on the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone already. It was kind of a split dose between Williams and Kinsey on the ground in that first half. So far, 3 carries, all to number 22 for Indian Valley. I-form again, 1 by 1. Misdirection. Kinsey left side, looks for room, gets a nice block. He's at the 15, sheds off one tackle, and he will be dropped from behind at about the 18-yard line.
Yeah,
Take it back. That would be about the 13-yard line, rather.
Tolliver kind of got up kind of slow right there. He's looking down at his legs. I'm not sure if he kind of just drug it on the turf or what, but you can tell he's kind of favored a little bit.
9-yard pickup into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. That is a matchup right in the middle. You've got Kinsey at 5'8", 205. You've got Tolliver at 6'1", 191. He's listed at. 2 sledgehammers meeting in the middle of the defense. Williams under center. I-form again. Barr lead block. Kinsey lowers the shoulder pads, leans forward, and he'll get just short of the 10-yard line. So just a 3-yard pickup there. Advantage Ridgewood on that carry as they stuffed him in the middle.
Yeah, and that's a win. When you can stop Grady Kinsey at 3 yards, that's a win for your defense.
Take it back. They only give him credit for a 2-yard pickup. They mark him back at the 11. Hostetler will check in with the play call. Rowan Pacine coming in to check out Colt James. Indian Valley's been operating very quickly here. We only have a minute 20 off of the game clock here. Or 2:20, I should say, in the second half. Williams will go under center. Offset I-form as Barr lines up on the right side. Pitch play. Kinsey looks for room. Breaks off a 1 tackle. At the 5, and he gets bent over from behind. And he will go down at the 3-yard line. Kinsey will hop right back up. But you heard some of the Braves fans go, ooh, because that was not a good angle to get tackled at.
How do you get bent like that and your legs are still going forward and you're still pushing people?
I have no idea, but it is another First Federal Community Bank first down. We'll put him in goal to go at the 3.
That's just a testament to his off-season workouts and stretching his body, hitting in the weight room. He just does it all.
It's not just the strength training, too. It's the flexibility, too, that helps you out. 1 by 1 as they'll go I-form, Barr fullback, Kinsey running back, Williams under center. Gets the snap, turns, Kinsey, hesitation, up the middle, lowers his shoulder pads through the safety, and he's in from 3 yards out, as that was Tolliver and Kinsey who met head-on, and they both dap each other up as they both stand up off the turf. Advantage Kinsey that time, and he's in for his first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, that's like money in the bank right there, and if you're looking for a bank, go check out our friends over here in Janayton at the Commercial and Savings Bank. Yeah, they'll take your deposits, they'll help you get a loan, and they can do just about anything over there for you.
Kinsey now sitting with 16 carries, just a shy under 100 yards on the ground, and it was almost all him. James's extra point high in the air, and it'll go through. A Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff on the way. 28-7, Braves lead. Big Z Sports returns after this.
Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janayton. Your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostics equipment. Whether your vehicle needs regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the community's financial needs for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with a unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact their office at 330-308-8700 or visit their website at cushfinancial.com to see about scheduling your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independence Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. A Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff is going to be here momentarily out of that Cush Financial Group timeout. And Shannon, I got to say, Grady Kinsey over and over again for the Indian Valley Braves that drive. There's a squib kick up the middle from James. An up man will come up and grab it at his 30-yard line. He'll push forward. Now he's got a lot of room. That is Bryce Tolliver, and he's tripped up from behind at his own 45. That was Bronco Braun who got the ankle tackle. Tolliver had a lot of room.
Well, I'll tell you what, they decided to give a little squib kick, I think, to keep it away from Carnes, and Tolliver caught it on the right bounce, took the right cut, and luckily Bronco Braun was hot on his heels right there, was able to trip him up from behind, because if not, he'd have probably got about another 20 yards before they caught him.
So Ridgewood starts off in fantastic territory at the 45-yard line. It will be a shotgun formation. Two running backs in the backfield with McQueen, two wide receivers spread left. McQueen ready, gets the snap, play fake, rolls to the left side, got some pressure, flush from the pocket. Peterman swipes at his ankles and misses. Now McQueen's got a lot of room, up to the 50, down into the linebacker as Braun will tackle him at the 45-yard line. A 10-yard pickup and a First Federal Community Bank first down.
Yeah, I just noticed that Bronco is in there in the second half. They're going to take Kinsey off the defense, kind of give Grady some rest.
Try to preserve him there after a lot of carries in that first half. We'll see how long that stands, though. It's a 3-score advantage for Indian Valley. McQueen will come out with two running backs in the backfield. Israel left, and they had a late substitution coming off the field. And we got a timeout. It'll be brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports rolls on after this.
Jeff Wallach, LLC, is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach, LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
Are you ready to make a difference in a young person's life? Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio has 88 children waiting for a mentor. As a mentor, you will spend as little as 4 hours a month with your little, guiding them, listening, and helping them discover their full potential. Your time and your kindness can change the course of their future. By becoming a Big, you're not just volunteering, you're defending the potential of a child, giving them an opportunity to dream big and reach higher. Visit www.bigs4kids.com to sign up and help us make sure that no child has to wait. Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio. Defend the potential and become a Big today.
It is General's ball as we return out of that Cush Financial Group timeout. And like you said, Shannon had to take that timeout, otherwise you've been moving backwards because too many men on the field.
Yeah, that's just
or a legal substitution, wherever you want to look at it. McQueen's in the shotgun. Puts it in the belly of Israel. He'll look for room up the middle. He pushes forward. He's at the 40-yard line, and now he's corralled and dropped after a 5-yard pickup there, rather. McQueen kept that in there a long time.
Yeah, and he did a nice job selling it right there, and that's what you got to do. You got to trick the defense a little bit, get them off their keys, leave it in the belly there a long time before you decide to pull it.
Going to give a shout-out to the Indian Valley boys golf team. We talked last week and they were going to be making the trip to Dayton, and they did in the Division II state golf tournament at NCR Country Club, 5th as a team. And how about the finishes for sophomore Hayden Bieber, first-team honors, 3rd overall. And you also got Brody Mead with a 79, tied for 10th, and he got second-team honors for that entire team. A huge congratulations for those accomplishments. As McQueen will turn it off, Israel's got some room. He is corralled by a linebacker who had somebody on him, a blocker who was on him. It was Kinsey who was getting blocked and reached one paw out there and tackled him after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, nice job. Like I said, nice job to the golf team. I'm not very good at golf. Everything I do is with a slice. I mean, I got a better chance of slicing up a pumpkin pie than I do at playing golf.
I have to aim at a 45-degree angle left to compensate for that slice.
That and I would end up at the chiropractor for 3 days in a row.
3rd down and 2 upcoming. Ball sits at the Indian Valley 37. Ridgewood not moving overly quick right now, Shannon. Not time for panic. Trailing in this ball game, but they know they've got to stick with their bread and butter and not work too quickly and run yourself into some mistakes. And we have a timeout again.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout right there by Ridgewood.
Timeout for the Generals, brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Lindsay Adams State Farm takes pride in customer service, community involvement, and their professional knowledge in the products and services offered, providing protection to their customers in more ways than just their auto insurance by protecting you from encountering any unexpected occurrences, including your auto, home, income, and the loss of a loved one. At Lindsay Adams State Farm, you're more than a customer, you're part of their family. Learn more about what Lindsay and her agents can do for you by visiting lindsayadamsf.com. Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio as Jace McQueen tries to push it down the field to Maverick Lockard. As you see on the replay on the Ron's Heating and Cooling replay, just underthrown a little bit there, Shannon. Ton of pressure up the middle again.
Yeah, they come out right after that timeout and come out kind of quick right there, and they caught us off guard because Chris Kale wanted to run an extra commercial on us. But it all worked out in our favor.
4th down and 2. Ridgewood's going to go for it as McQueen's going to go under center. He has his big running back in Tolliver behind him. They're going to try a sweep to Carnes. It's blown up, but he's going to reverse field. He's got a lot of room. Lowers his shoulder pads and pushes past the 35 up to the 33-yard line. A 4-yard pickup. What a job by Carnes. He was 3 yards back behind the line of scrimmage when he was hit. Reversed field and found enough room.
They had Carnes stuff, and Carnes said, boom, I'm getting the first down.
4-yard pickup keeps the sticks moving in the right direction and keeps the Ridgewood drive going. That could be a huge 4th down conversion there. 7:07 to go in the 3rd quarter clock. I think everybody in the stadium thought it was going to Tolliver. Instead, they went with Carnes. It'll be a shotgun. 2 running backs in the backfield with McQueen. It is Israel to the left, Tolliver to the right. 2 wide receivers spread right. McQueen ready. He'll go off. Right side. Israel looks for room, and he is corralled from the side, and there comes the flag. Not sure if it's going to be a face mask or a horse collar, and I don't know who the defender. It was Kinsey out there who went up high on him and caught him and spun him around. I think it's going to be a face mask.
Yeah, I just seen Kinsey come flying through there like Superman right there, and next thing you know, the flag come in. So, you know, when you get up that high right there, you probably got him in the face mask.
And we got a face mask signaled by the white hat back to Ridgewood, a face mask signaled by the other official, and now he'll get it right. It is on Indian Valley. It is a personal foul, a 15-yard variety. You and I were very confused there for a moment.
Yeah, I thought I made a big mistake right there, but once again, I was right.
Kinsey came in, was almost like a flying clothesline type thing. That will push them into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone, ball at the 18-yard line. That carry for Israel. Don't think he got anywhere, just back to the line of scrimmage roughly. Shotgun. McQueen has 2 running backs in the backfield. It's actually the same formation with 2 wide receivers right. This time they'll fake it. There goes McQueen. He's got a lot of room. Blocked down the field at the 10. Cut back 5. Touchdown. Ridgewood is in from 18 yards out, and Jace McQueen shows off the wheels.
Yeah, and nice job over there on the block right there. He kind of got Hosteller turned out of the way right there, and McQueen had the wheels, was able to get through.
First touchdown of the game for McQueen, and Ridgewood answers Indian Valley. Extra point is upcoming, 28-13. We wondered at what point we kept seeing them hand them off on those sweeps and those jet moves. We wondered when McQueen was going to pull it out of their belly and find some room up the middle, and what fantastic blocks set out on the edge. Jaden Smolder for the extra point. Good snap. He's through it, and it is good. 28-14. The Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff is coming up right after this.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Plus2-u.com. Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. You should be jumping around right now because what a ball game we got out of the IVC South. 28-14, Indian Valley leads Ridgewood. Generals march right down the field, Shannon, and make Indian Valley pay for a costly face mask. And then it was Jace McQueen who did it from there. Smolder now lines it up and tees it up almost like they're thinking about that onside again. And this time he will pooch it. That's going to be an up man for Indian Valley. A scramble for it. It's still loose, and 3 different Braves will fall on it. That goes back to the 34-yard line. So overall, if you're Smolder, not a bad kick.
No, he did a nice job right there. I mean, really all he did is get it probably where there would have been a return to. So no harm, no foul right there.
So Indian Valley's offense will come back out. March down the field with a steady dose of Kinsey straight up the gut. We'll see if they look to do that again. Kellen Coates checks back in the game for the Braves, as well as Rowan Passine. They're going to go pistol, actually take it back I form as Barr lines up as fullback. Williams under center. Kinsey, the lone back in the backfield behind Barr. Nice block set on the edge. There goes Kinsey at the 40. Looks for a stiff arm and a cutback. He's at the 45 up to the 50-yard line. They're going to mark him down roughly at the 49-yard line, so a nice carry there for Kinsey to start things off.
One thing right there is the defender comes up on Kinsey. He tries to working towards the sideline. Well, Kinsey's never going to step out of bounds. So if you give him the opportunity to make a cut back to the left, he's exactly going to do that. And he just stepped back to his left and went in between 2 defenders and turned it into about another 7 yards.
16-yard pickup, gets a First Federal Community Bank first down. I've seen some comparisons to Cam Scattaboo for the New York Giants, and they're starting to look a little bit true.
Well, I thought about that when I was watching that game last night.
Williams gets the direct read off the left side. Kinsey throws the lead block. Williams fights, and he'll get pulled down at the 44-yard line, but another flag, and they're going to be moving backwards.
Yeah, they're going to get him for a hold again.
Not sure which one that's going to be on. Indian Valley's sideline is not happy.
I think they said 55.
So that would be Brogan O'Connor would be the guilty party, so move the Braves back after the first down carry.
That's their fourth holding penalty of the game.
Braves had more than a few of those last week against the Garraway Pirates. Kind of with some of those moments, Shannon, where Garraway did make them pay for those costly mistakes and kept that ball game close. It was 26-12 at halftime. It was a 14-point game at halftime before the Braves pulled away. Shotgun for Williams, who have Kinsey to his left. They'll go trips bunch close to the line, and they'll extend a wide receiver out wide to the right. Direct snap into the hands of Kinsey. He'll look for room. Cut back. Pass McQueen. He's at the 50. One man to beat 40. Stiff arm. Trying to pull him off of him. At the 35. Still fighting, and it takes 4 Generals to knock him down.
And just like that, he gets the 20 yards back.
25-yard pickup as Kinsey had only Israel back deep to beat. And a great job by him just to corral him. Actually, that was Tolliver who was back.
And you can't say enough about the offensive line that got their blocks, but also the lead blocker, who's your quarterback, and Riker Williams comes out there and just lays a nice block, and then Kinsey's able to do the rest because he can get to that second level without being touched.
I form, one wide receiver spread left, tight ends either side of the formation. Williams is under center, Barr fullback, Kinsey running back. It's into his belly, straight up the gut, into the back of his center, and he will get pulled down at the 32-yard line. Just a gain of 3 that time on first down.
Yeah, if Kinsey could have bounced that one to the right just a little bit, Barr put a big block over here, and he might have got a little bit more right there, but I'm never going to second-guess a kid that run for as many yards as he's run for.
Kinsey, 19 carries, 143 yards unofficially, according to our stat line. Remember last year, a plus 300-yard game against this Ridgewood defense. I can promise you they didn't forget about that. I formation. Williams will go under center again. James flips to the right side. Misdirection. Kinsey up the gut. Lot of room. Lowers his shoulder pads, and he'll go down at the 27-yard line. A 5-yard pickup brings up third down and short.
Yeah, and the Generals defense is doing a nice job right there. We see a lot of teams kind of shy away from Grady when they go to tackle him. They kind of take different angles. And this Ridgewood General team, they've come here. They want to be physical tonight. They want to show that they can play with him.
Well, that's the only way you're going to get it done against that kind of physical runner. You got to go full steam ahead. Same formation, James near side, I form, Williams under center. They'll go with Wham off the right side as Kinsey's up the gut, in over top of the safety, and he's down to the 20-yard line, a 7-yard pickup. Move the sticks again for the Braves.
Yeah, Barr did a nice job coming from his fullback position, coming out here on the right side to pick up I think it was a defensive end right there and push him back a little bit, and Grady was able to go get the first down.
Into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone, Kellen Coates checks back out. Good to see Coates back on the field after missing the past couple weeks due to a knee injury. Been setting some nice blocks on the edge.
Yeah, it's always nice to see young men get back on the football field after an injury. You know, his injury actually happened in practice, and that really stinks.
Direct snap to Kinsey, handoff to Williams. That one is snuffed out immediately by Ridgewood, and Williams has to fight to just get back near the line of scrimmage. So a nice stuff there by the Generals on first down.
Yeah, they're actually going to mark him down for a 1-yard loss.
Williams goes backwards. A loss of 1 brings up second down and 11. That was a bit of a slow developing handoff from Kinsey into the belly of Williams. Now you almost wonder, you've seen it a couple times. If you're Indian Valley, do you think about shying away from it again?
It's one of those things that you got to keep the defense honest, so every once in a while you got to throw it in there.
Offset I, Barr, right side. He'll throw the lead block on the pitch play to Kinsey, who goes over top of Tolliver and down to the 15-yard line. A 6-yard pickup, and again they collide. And now a flag in the pile.
Yeah, this flag gets thrown out here where there's some Ridgewood players at, so I'm not sure what happened.
We'll have to wait and see. We did have an unsportsmanlike earlier in the game on an Indian Valley player. See what the official says. It had to be the side judge who heard something or saw something there in the pile after another mammoth collision. And Tolliver and Kinsey are actually talking about it right now out there.
And that's on Ridgewood. That'll be half the distance to the goal.
And it's a late hit for somebody who came in on the pile late, so that will move Indian Valley into goal to go, as that will put them at the 7-yard line, 8-yard line rather. And now if you're Coach Slusser, you're going to be getting on your players. That is not a penalty that you can have.
No, you don't want penalties like that when you're playing a good team.
Clock will roll. I form. McQueen checks out. Williams under center. Gives it off. It's Kinsey. Right side. Cut back. 5-3. Still barreling forward. Legs still churning. He's close. And he's in. Kinsey from 7 yards out had half the Ridgewood defense on him. It never stopped churning, and the offensive line gave him a little extra push.
Yeah, just an outstanding job right there. As Travis would say, you know, that's a weight room run right there. Everything started at that initial hit, and those players got on him, and he just kept those legs churning and drove forward into the end zone.
Extra point upcoming from Colt James. The Braves lead by 20. Just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. James is ready. Williams with the hold. Kick is through. 35-14. Indian Valley leads, and another flag late as James went down after the kick.
Yeah, that's going to be a late hit on the kicker.
We'll let you know about that when we return for the Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff. Big Z Sports is back after this.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, Our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop into the Niedenthal facility on North Wooster Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Solutions, people first.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. 35-14. Indian Valley has opened up their lead on Ridgewood a bit more. Shannon Thomas is getting the dance moves out, ready for Aruba next week.
I'm getting ready for it. Hey, did you notice anybody down there today?
No.
I seen George Kale walking through the stands.
Did you?
George Kale.
It's the Kale that we like.
It's the grandfather of Brittany Kale, who just got hired as a new softball coach in Indian Valley. So congratulations to Brittany Kale.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a running into the kicker call, a 5-yard variety. It was assessed on the kickoff. This Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff is in the air. James boots it back deep, and it is bobbled by the returner at the goal line, and it will be a touchback as it carries in over the head of Cards. Feet were in the end zone when he had that one bobble, so it will be a touchback. I'm sure James, after they got the 5-yard penalty, coaching staff said, hey, let's see how good your leg actually is.
And I looked at you because I was trying to wonder if his feet was in the end zone or if he was at the 1-yard line, because he's at the 1-yard line and touches it, goes in the end zone.
Well, that was what we had on the opening kickoff. And I think the rule is as long as it goes in. I could be wrong, and I'm going to have to ask for clarification. You know who we could ask for clarification? George Kale.
We could ask George Kale.
So Ridgewood comes out at their own 20-yard line to start off this drive. Trailing by 21. Ridgewood going to need to answer back again. It is McQueen in the shotgun. He'll have a running back offset to his right in Israel. He'll go out for a swing pass. McQueen drops. It's going to be a screen pass. Now we'll throw off to the right side and in and out of the hands of Israel. And I didn't hear a whistle as they'll finally blow it dead. It is an incomplete pass. Israel and the defender out there for Indian Valley, boy, did they lay a lick on each other.
Yeah, I think it was Riker Williams. And, both of them was pretty smart. They never heard a whistle, so they played through it.
Pass was clearly forward, so it was incomplete. Israel might have got a little bit jumpy there, got his eyes up the field too quickly.
Well, and it was a nice job by Williams, who never fell for the screen. He stayed out there in the flats. McQueen was getting pressure on the backside, so he had to throw it pretty quick.
Got a cramping problem over there for the Generals. Not sure which player it is. Somebody checked out, but he'll hop back up. Shotgun for McQueen. One running back to the right. It's going to be a straight read to that side. He'll look for room. He gets the edge. Now he's up to the 25, 30, 35. He's grabbed from the side of the 40 and goes down, and a late flag from the side judge on the Indian Valley side, and we might be coming back again.
Yeah, I believe it's a hold. It looked like somebody got tackled in the backfield.
Flag came in very late, way behind the play, and there's the holding call. Not sure exactly where it happened. It looks like the official had it marked at the 20, which would move Ridgewood back 10 yards from there from the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays right there that you can't have, especially if you're on the back side of the play right there. You're doing everything you can to try to move this ball against Indian Valley, and you just shoot yourself in the foot right there.
They will move back to their own 10-yard line now. That was a nice carry on the right side for McQueen, but it's all for naught. Said about last week how packed of a house this was. It's the same story now as there are fans all around the outside, cars as far as the eye can see. Love this atmosphere for high school football no matter where it is. McQueen in the shotgun, one running back right, tight end on that side, two wide receivers on the right, one left. McQueen rolls right, throws towards the sideline. That will be a nice pitch and catch, about an 8-yard pickup there, as out at the 18-yard line was the receiver for Ridgewood. Looks like it was Talon Carnes out there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get back to almost the original line of scrimmage.
We'll bring up third down and 12. For Carnes, just his second reception. Actually, just the third hookup today, third completion for McQueen. As the Cowbells come alive from Janayton. 2:37 to go on the third quarter clock, 3rd and 17. What does Ridgewood have dialed up in the bag of tricks? One wide receiver goes out to the right side. Two to the left, one tight end left side of the line. Running back offset right hip of McQueen. Play fake to Israel, back to pass, heaving it up, going down the sideline, and that one was overthrown by about 5 yards as it's incomplete and brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, McQueen got that one away pretty quick as Brogan O'Connor come around the right side. Looked like he was going to get to him, and I think that's what forced McQueen to throw it early and throw it hard.
So far, no sacks for this Indian Valley defense that has been rather astute at that, but that's credit to the mobility of McQueen and obviously getting the ball out quickly. 2 returners will go back to the 50-yard line for the Braves. General's going to punt with their punter back at their own 5-yard line. Good snap, and it is away into the night sky, a little bit shorter than they would have liked as it goes into the hands of the returner. Didn't call a fair catch at the 41. Scramble for the ball. I thought he almost dropped it, but it is going to be Indian Valley ball up in the Ridgewood 42. I thought for sure there was going to be a fair catch, but not the case for St. Clair.
Yeah, that was a dangerous one right there. St. Clair was luckily he made a good catch right there. And as soon as he caught it, he tried to spin to get away from the tackler, and they dropped him pretty quick. Luckily, he held onto it.
Hostetler will check into the ball game on offense for the Braves as Williams gets the play call. Other than the INT he threw earlier, Shannon, it has been very efficient game for Williams. Has not had to call his name out a whole bunch here in the third quarter. It has been all Kinsey for the most part. Pistol set. Kinsey behind Williams. Bar up in the formation. Play fake. Back to pass. Hostetler looks for room. Williams is going to air it out. Battle for the ball. Flag is down. And that one's going to be a pass interference as Hostetler was jockeying with the safety. And I don't think the safety started backpedaling quick enough and just kind of shoulder checked Hostetler.
Yeah, well, Hostetler was trying to make a break towards the end zone right there. And the defender kind of got his hands on him and pushed him away. And I think Hostetler did a pretty good job of selling it, too.
That could have also been the case. I'm not sure who was back there deep. I feel bad because I, again, forgot the binoculars. Looks like it was number 2, Sean Beckelheimer, the junior.
Luckily in high school football, it's only a 10-yard
Which I've
or
always
15.
There's no spot foul on pass interference. I've always kind of wondered that if you know you were going to get beat deep and they get a step on you, why don't you just take them out?
Yeah, that's why I used to always tell some of the younger kids, listen, if you're beat and you know he's going to catch it and make a big play, just tackle him before he gets the ball.
Probably shouldn't do that. Williams in the shotgun. Play fake. Kinsey, swing pass over to the left side to St. Clair. St. Clair makes a nice move on the edge. He's at the 25, 20, gets a block on the edge. 10, 5, touchdown! Reese St. Clair makes 3 men miss on the swing pass back to the right and a 27-yard touchdown reception for number 27.
Yeah, big play right there by Reese St. Clair as he Williams did a nice job to get it to him to begin with, and as soon as he got it to him, he had a defender on him. He made a nice little Xbox move right there, a little spin move, hit the C button, was able to cruise into the end zone.
St. Clair showing off that speed on the edge. 41-14, Braves lead. Extra point into the air, and it's good. We'll take a Cush Financial Group timeout. Big Z Sports rolls on for more after this.
USP Sandblasting and Painting specializes in sandblasting, painting, high-quality graphics, decals, banners, and signs. Whether you have a one-time job or a company that needs multiple graphics, USP provides their design services to create the attention-grabbing designs tailored to fit your needs. For 38 years, USP has provided their customers with high-quality sandblasting and painting services. To hear all USP Sandblasting and Painting has to offer, call 740-254-9061.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Area athletes, good luck this.
Welcome back to your Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio. Kickoff about to happen thanks to Cartoons of New Philadelphia. 42-14, Indian Valley has opened things up as James boots it back deep to the returners for Ridgewood. It goes in between them, and it will go back into the end zone. Carnes thought about grabbing it right before the end or the goal line, but just let it go, and it will give Ridgewood their start at their own 20-yard line. Shannon, you got a scoreboard update for us? I thought that's what you were looking at. I guess it wasn't. There we go.
Bear Carpet 1 scoreboard update. Dover 32, Madison 17, Lexington 30, New Philadelphia 7, Newcomerstown 24, Malvern 12, Garraway 50, Tusky Valley 0, Claymont 43, Sandy Valley 3, Strasburg 28, Buckeye Trail 14, East Canton 42, TCC 0, Connaught Valley 14, Crestline 0, Salem 34, Carrollton 14, Canton South 24, Fairless 14, Bel Air 19, Harrison Central 14.
McQueen in the shotgun, rolls to the right side, looks for room, steps up through the pressure, jump pass over to the right sideline, and it's knocked away as Brett O'Connor broke in and knocked it away from the receiver, who almost had a nice sideline catch there, but O'Connor times the hit well. We've seen that a couple times tonight and throughout this season for Indian Valley. Quarterbacks really timing that hit right.
Yeah, they do a good job getting over there. Tonight they've done a lot better job keeping their eyes with the receiver instead of getting caught looking into the backfield. Last week against Garraway, that's kind of what got those big plays against them. They kind of played the run first, and they did a nice job with the fake, and the defensive backs would get behind. But tonight they've done a pretty good job with that.
Will be a shotgun again for McQueen, has Israel to his left in the backfield. McQueen straight up the gut, looks for room, now off to the left side. He's got some space. Vosick, he breaks a tackle from him, and Williams has to finish it off at the 27-yard line. A pickup of 7 there as one quarterback to another as they help each other up.
Yeah, Riker knows what it's like to take a big hit, so he wanted to make sure his counterpart was all right.
Nice job by McQueen. You saw great patience there as he waited behind his left tackle for that hole to open. Actually, officially a gain of 8 yards, so just 3rd down and 2 upcoming.
Bosick limping off right here. Not sure if he's a cramp or if he got rolled up on.
I think that's what Coach Lancaster was asking about. Might have to stretch him out, pointing to his calf. Shotgun, McQueen has a running back off to his right. 2 wide receivers that side. Straight read, up the gut, into the chest of Peterman. He's still fighting, driving, looking for more. He needed to get to the 30, and it looks like the judge nearest to us, 29.5-yard lines where he'll put him down.
Yeah, he's short.
Couple players slow to get up for both sides after that gritty run straight up the middle.
Big decision right here for Coach Slusser. He's a gambling man. I would be shocked if he didn't go for it right here. I mean, you're down 42-14 with 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Couple of substitutions both sides. It looks like St. Clair will come out to bring in a little extra beef with Barr in the middle of the defense.
You're going to have to watch the hard count right here.
10 seconds on the play clock. Ridgewood breaks the huddle. Tolliver will be in the backfield with McQueen.
They're going to take a timeout.
5 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, and 1. Under center goes McQueen, and he will go up the middle on a sneak, still pushing. Looks for forward progress, and according to the side judge closest to us, it looks like he'll have enough, and he will. A 1-yard pickup for the First Federal Community Bank 1st down.
Yeah, nice job right there, getting that push to go forward.
So the 1-yard pickup for McQueen. Thought for sure it was going to go into the hands of Tolliver, but instead McQueen, listed at 5'11", 168, had enough drive on the back of his offensive line. And that will end the 3rd quarter. Hold your 4s in the air. Big Z Sports is back to wrap this one up after this.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast professional service to get back on the road? MPAC Collision offers 2 locations, Newcomerstown and Strasburg, to help you out. Whether you need auto glass repair, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just need a free estimate, MPAC Collision has you covered. So the next time you need a repair, visit MPAC Collision online at mpactcollision.com and start your free estimate and learn all about what MPAC Collision can do for you.
If you're planning a major concrete project, you need the help of Stocker Concrete Company. From precast concrete products to ready-mix concrete, sand, gravel, limestone, and concrete block, the professionals at Stocker Concrete can help you get started and keep you on the path to completion using the best materials you can find. Stocker Concrete is the concrete material provider you can count on. See them at 7574 Route 36, Janaden-Hutton, or call 740-254-4626.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. It is Ridgewood ball, fresh off of that 4th and 1 sneak straight up the gut. They'll keep their drive alive, trailing big here as we start off the final frame from Janaden-Hutton. McQueen in the shotgun. He'll go back to pass. Pressure straight up the middle. Screen out to the left side. Looking for room, and nowhere to go is the receiver. And I don't know who you give credit there. Caden Riggs, Titan Peterman, Grady Kinsey. They were all back there.
Yeah, Brogan O'Connor, they were all there. They just did a nice job reading their keys. We mentioned.
Tell me how I got 55 mixed up with 22. I have no idea.
I don't know. But we mentioned George Kale earlier. We got to say congratulations to George Kale as he's going to be inducted into the Tuscarawas County Officials Hall of Fame.
Oh, very nice.
And you know, if his son is the loving son that he is, he will go to USP Graphics and Signs and get a nice big sign made and stick it in the front yard that says, "Congratulations, Dad, welcome to the Hall of Fame."
Oh.
And USP Signs can make you any type of sign you want, or graphics. They can letter your cars, whatever you want.
Shotgun for McQueen. He'll roll to the right side, looks for a receiver, break open, puts it down the field, tipped up in the air, and the back safety lays out the wide receiver as Brett O'Connor knocks it up into the air, and it was Kyler Vosick who took Lockhart out of the play, incomplete.
Nice smart play by Vosick right there. Once he seen the ball tipped and going in the air, it was coming towards him. He just made sure the receiver didn't have a play on it and just kind of just took him out of it.
So now that brings up 3rd down and 15. Had a receiver for a moment who was open a little bit further down the field, or nearer down the field, I should say. But overall, McQueen tried to push it down there, just could not hook up with his receiver. That's been a common theme tonight, been an issue for the Generals. Shotgun again, one wide receiver left side, 2 to the right. Back to pass is McQueen, and Riker Williams puts the pressure on him. He has to throw it away as his receiver was double covered. He'll throw it away, incomplete. 4th down upcoming. Williams was all over McQueen.
Yeah, Rikers did a nice job right there of to spin away, and the General player actually almost grabbed a hold of him and let go at the last second to keep from getting called for a hold because Frank just made a nice move right there to get the pressure on.
2 returners back deep for the Braves as the punter will go back now for Ridgewood. Have his heels at his own 10-yard line. I still haven't been able to tell who's doing the punting for Ridgewood today. Bad eyesight on my front. Clean snap and a line drive low punt that's right up the middle, and that's going to go towards the Ridgewood sideline. We'll take a General's roll and we'll stop at the Indian Valley it is the Indian Valley 49, and it will be down there. So Braves will take over on offense again. Still got the first team offense coming back out, Shannon.
Yeah, and I got my eyes locked on the punter for you right now.
Well, he plays defense. We know that. I can't tell. It's one of the safeties.
If he turns right there, is it Carnes?
I thought it was Beckelheimer there for a minute.
It was no, it's
Carnes. It is Talon Carnes. So there we go. I keep saying Ridgewood punter. Sorry, Talon. I didn't realize it was you.
Well, the way he's limping right there, I'm almost wondering if he didn't get a piece of the turf when he went to kick that ball because he's kind of got a little bit of a limp to him, or he's starting to cramp right now.
And that's not a forgiving thing to do.
No, and the temperatures dropped pretty good tonight, so cramps come. They come in the cold too.
I form. They'll go Bar straight up the gut on the fullback dive, and he is up to the 44, and a flag in the middle of the pile. It will be moving backwards.
Yeah, that gentleman's getting a workout with his flag tonight.
It's been a problem for both sides, whether it's holding. We've seen some face masks. Couple unsportsmanlike conducts, one on either side tonight. And we got an illegal participation call. It was actually 12 men on the field for that snap.
We seen a player running to get off the field, and he just didn't get off quick enough. And that's one of those rules, man. That I know it's a penalty. But
it's a rough one.
That's a rough one. You see it in the NFL, you see it in college, and those guys running off the field, and they're one step away from being off the field.
And it's not like they're changing the play in any way.
And they're not going to make the tackle or anything. They're running full speed. They're going to wipe the sideline out before they wipe anything else out.
So the carry for Barr, I think, will still stand at 6 yards, and then they'll tack on the extra after that. Yep. Sure enough, they will. It'll go up to the Ridgewood 35.
Yeah, like you said, Barr he had an explosive, run right through that line and made a nice gain.
Motion man from right to left is Passine. Williams under center, gives it off. Barr left side, lost the ball in a scramble for it. Williams corrals it into his chest, and they'll go back just past the original line of scrimmage. Barr was 5 yards down the field, and suddenly the ball was behind him 3 yards.
Yeah, he didn't have it tight against his body, and the guy come running around to make that tackle, and he took a swipe at it and knocked it out of there cleanly. And then luckily for Barr, when he knocked it out, it went backwards right to where his quarterback was at, and he was able to jump on it.
Well, the big fullback doesn't get a ton of carries, and he's thinking, man, I just wanted to break free.
Yeah,
but you got to remember a certain something first.
And the defensive guy's like, that's a chicken wing hanging out there. Speaking of wings, if you want some good wings, stop down at Amici's Pizza after the game. Get you some barbecue wings, maybe a little small pizza. They're open late on Friday nights.
Pitch play, left side. That's Reese St. Clair in the backfield. Nice block on the edge. St. Clair is up to the 30-yard line and is ridden out of bounds. That'll be a pickup of 7. St. Clair's first carry of the ball game. I'll ask you this. Do you have all your extras now done?
Oh, I got a whole sheet full of them. I can go all night long.
Well, we know that. That's the hope. Yeah. To this day, I've been doing this for like 6 years, and you're still saved in my phone as All Night Long Thomas, just so you know.
Yeah, I got that nickname from some Indian Valley fans. Clear back when Cade Williams and Carson Hartrick and all those guys were here.
Ball at the 30-yard line. Indian Valley milking some clock with the 28-point lead. 9.5 minutes to go. I-form. Williams goes under center. Barr's your fullback. Fake to him. It's St. Clair. Nice misdirection, and he got tripped up from behind. He'll go down after a 3-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, St. Clair, he's another one of those athletes for Indian Valley that's very fast. He runs track. He's on the 4x100 team, I believe, that went to state last year, and he got some serious wheels if he gets in the open.
I lied, it is 4th down after I forgot about the fumble on the 1st down carry. Braves are going to keep their offense out on the field. A little too close to a punt, probably too far for a field goal. We've seen Colt James has a pretty good leg. I don't think he can convert from here. They'll go offset I again, right side for Barr as the fullback. He'll line up with St. Clair as the tailback. Williams under center. They'll go Barr up the middle. He's got the 2 yards he needs. He'll push forward. He gets up to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 3 and a First Federal Community Bank 1st down. 3 carries that time or tonight so far for Barr. And it looks like Coach Lancaster and company going to be calling off the dogs as the second team offense will come in.
Yeah, the whole second team offense comes trotting on the field, and with 8 minutes and 39 seconds, the number ones for Indian Valley are done.
Same, it looks like Ridgewood doing a lot of substitutions as well to match. A lot of respect between both of these sidelines. You already mentioned in the pregame the amount of years spent coaching just between 2 head coaches across the field.
Yeah, and that's one thing these coaches know. They both know when it hits a certain point that it's out of control, and that's what they do.
And a timeout brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports will roll on following this.
USP Sandblasting and Painting specializes in sandblasting, painting, high-quality graphics, decals, banners, and signs. Whether you have a one-time job or a company that needs multiple graphics, USP provides their design services to create the attention-grabbing designs tailored to fit your needs. For 38 years, USP has provided their customers with high-quality sandblasting and painting services. To hear all USP Sandblasting and Painting has to offer, call 740-254-9061.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or for...
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. 8:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. Shannon's going to have a scoreboard update. Actually, right now, we got some time as Indian Valley taking their time to get to the line.
Couple quick scores update is Newcomerstown is finally stretching it on Malvern 32-12 in the 4th quarter. That's kind of for the IVC North Championship right now.
Jeter Bolin will go under center. Handoff, Bodie Raymond up the middle. He'll shrug off of one tackle, and he'll get twisted up and dropped at about the 20.5-yard line. 3-yard pickup for Raymond.
A couple more Impact Collision scoreboard updates as Dover is starting to pull away from Mansfield-Madison 32-17. Lexington all over New Philadelphia 30-13. Garraway game has gone final as they have beat Tusky Valley 50-7. Claymont leads 43-3 over Sandy Valley. Strasburg 36, Buckeye Trail 14. East Canton is final as they top TCC 42-0. Conotton Valley is up 28-15 on Crestline. Salem 41, Carrollton 14, Canton South 31, Fairless 14, Bel Air 26, Harrison Central 21. They're fighting back.
Raymond goes up the gut behind the blocker Reesner, and it looks like maybe a 1-yard pickup there. Will bring up 3rd down and medium. Raymond, another one of those players, Shannon. He's only listed at 5'4", 130 pounds, and runs a whole lot harder than that.
Listen, I'm never going to second-guess somebody's weight. But if that kid's 130 pounds, I would be shocked. I mean, they must have weighed him with the steel-toed boots on, full jeans, and a hoodie.
You're going to have to tell him after the game you said that. One wide receiver will spread out to the right side. That's Jackson Stephen, the junior. I-form. Bolin goes under center. Reesner fullback. New tailback in the backfield. Nope, it's Raymond again. He'll go with the misdirection, and he goes backwards a yard and is planted. Brings up 4th down. Jared Hostetler, another tackle in there for Ridgewood. Hostetler, a 6', 257 freshman, could be a nice piece for the next couple of years for the Generals.
Yeah, and that's what this time is right now. You know, you want to get these young players as much varsity experience as you can. They get to play their JV games, and some schools have enough players to have freshman teams, which a lot of IVC schools don't have freshman teams anymore. But just when you can get these kids in real live actions on Friday night, that's a big difference.
4th down, Bolin turns, hands it off. It's actually going to be a play fake. Bolin's going to look for room on the right side. That's going to be a holding, and Bolin gets slammed to the turf hard back to the original line of scrimmage. It was a loss of 2, and I'm sure that the penalty is probably going to get turned down.
Yeah, and if you're Bolin, you're upset with your lineman because you got held and then let me get hit like that.
Hey, it is all the learning experience you got to go through.
Hey, well, I don't like learning about getting crushed.
6:04 to go here in the 4th quarter. Ridgewood will take over. Second team offense going to be coming out for the Generals as well. In a game that appears like it's going to be Indian Valley remaining unbeaten, Ridgewood will drop their first game of the year. You know, when we talked to Coach Schlusser in the pregame, he basically said, he's like, look, we understand what Indian Valley is. We understand defending Division IV state championship, and we understand what this game means for the IVC. But a lot of his conversation had to do with the Division VI playoffs, because he said he feels this is a Generals team that could really make a nice run in that region, and we don't deny that at all. Sweet play, and that's going to be strung out and tackle there for Bronco Braun, as back in the backfield getting dropped that time was Quentin McKee, the freshman running back.
You know, in that Division VI, I mean, that's a tough division in football. There's a lot of blue-collar football teams in there, and two general players just took each other out coming onto the field. But this game right here, Coach Schlusser knows what playing Indian Valley can help them do in the playoffs, and that's why he always looks forward to playing this team.
McKee with a loss of 5 brings up 2nd down and 5. Shotgun formation, and somebody got started early.
That's on Indian Valley, I believe, jumped off sides.
Braves recognizing their state golf team that we have already mentioned, a 5th place finish for them in Division II. Big congratulations. I believe that's the first time in the top 10 they've had 2 golfers finish in the top 10 individually.
Yeah, I mean, just outstanding season for that whole team altogether. They had a nice season, and a lot of kids been, playing golf well. And Logan McPeak is one of those golfers. We get to hang out with Logan a lot as he works for Claxon Communication and Braves Nation something like that.
Reed off the left side and up the gut there, up to the 20. Now pushing forward, maybe the 21-yard line. Pickup of 3 that time. For the new quarterback in for Ridgewood. Not sure, that might be Wyatt Marlatt.
The tail lights are starting to fire up out in the parking lot. I know where they're going.
Where's that?
They're all headed over to Old Town Tavern, try to get over there before the last call. See if they can get a filet or something.
What time does the grill shut off around there?
I don't know, but Dale loves us over here at Big Z Sports. If we make a phone call, we might be able to get in.
It's very possible. Marlette will line up in the shotgun. He'll look to hand it off. Runner off the left side. He got a lot of room for Ridgewood and a run in the back of his own blocker, but he's got enough for a First Federal Community Bank first down. Nice carry off the left side.
Yeah, nice job.
Didn't see who it was that time.
Yeah, nice job right there by the left side of that offensive line. They was able to get a nice little running lane over there for him to get a good gain.
Thought it was Blake Parsons, but I'm not sure. It looked like was it 21, Shannon?
I can't tell. The smoke from the fire over there is kind of rolling on the field right here. Got my eyes watering.
It was a 13-yard pickup, moves the sticks, puts the ball at the 35-yard line. 4:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Will be Marlatt in the shotgun. Fullback up in the formation. Play fake. Marlatt looks for room. Nice juke. Another one back to the middle of the field. He's at the 40, up to the 41-yard line. Pickup of 6 that time for Marlatt.
Yeah, a couple nice stutter steps right there. He hit the old juke button twice.
Looks like they're going to mark him for a 7-yard gain. Some other substitutions now for Ridgewood. This is always the part of the game that we do apologize if we ever screw up any of the numbers or stats, because they start getting real deep into the rosters, and like I said, I can't see anything anyway.
And then sometimes we don't even have numbers on the rosters.
That has happened a time or two.
And sometimes we just make excuses.
That also happens. Marlatt back in at quarterback, 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Turns, he'll hand it off. Running back with a little bit of room up to the 45, now up to midfield at the 50. Breaks free for 3 more yards, and he'll finally go down. Ball carrier that time, it was Quentin McKee.
Yeah, nice little burst of speed out of him.
11-yard pickup for McKee, and it's a First Federal Community Bank first down. So looking ahead for the rest of the season, Indian Valley obviously has the Tusky Valley and Claymont looming in their final 2 games of the season. Ridgewood obviously have it circled in Week 10 with the Garraway Pirates coming to town as well.
But they have, I believe they have Claymont next week.
They do have the Claymont Mustangs, a very improved Mustangs team that Coach Slusser has talked highly about. Marlatt hands it off. It's McKee on the sweep to the right side. He'll look to step outside. Stiff arm at the 40. Now will lower his shoulder pads. He's up to the 36-yard line and will go down an 11-yard pickup. Nice carry for McKee again.
Yeah, going to be another First Federal first down.
Back-to-back 11-yard carries. McKee, just a freshman running back. Like you said, this time's just so invaluable for these players.
Yeah, and they're going to move quick because with 2:35 to go here in the fourth quarter, you know, they may trail 42-14. But for the JV players on the field right now, to them, it's 0-0. They want to go down there and punch one in and say that they won 7-0.
And you know the Braves' second-team defense definitely wants to keep some off the scoreboard. Marlatt will look, he'll turn, he'll hand it off, looking for room on the left side, lost his footing and falls forward. A pickup that time of about 3 yards. That was number 13, Josh Young, the sophomore running back. I'm running out of room on my stat sheets now, Shannon.
Well, I mean, there's nothing I can do there. I mean, I could have Kenzie Excavating take a backhoe to it and try to stretch it out for you.
You try to figure out all the gibberish that I have written down there. 1:45 on the game clock as Marlatt for the Generals will line up in the shotgun again. Takes the snap, reads straight up the middle. He'll look for room, hops over the pile. He's at the 30, now pushes forward up to the 26-yard line. He's close to another first down.
Tell you what, he did a nice job right there as he just went straight forward, kind of jumped up a little bit. Looks like we got a Braves player slow getting up.
It's an 8-yard pickup. Is a Braves player a little shaken up on the play. For Marlatt, obviously McQueen, the senior, destined for graduation coming up. For Marlatt being the sophomore, a lot of time for him still to mature and grow as a signal caller. Haven't obviously seen him pass the ball yet. Don't know what kind of arm, but I'm sure that's something they'll be working on. Shotgun with Marlatt. He's got McKee off to his right side. He'll run off to the right side. Gets a couple lead blocks. He's got a nice room. He's at the 20. Now a 15 cut back, and he's tackled from behind at the 10. And a touchdown saving that tackle that time as wrestling him to the ground was Gary McTavish, the senior.
McTavish come in there and kind of hit him pretty hard in the lower back right there. Glad to see him able to get up.
45 seconds to go. Generals wanting to punch one in. 42-14, Indian Valley leads and will be keeping their undefeated season alive and will be sitting alone atop the IVC South following the final whistle. 2 wide receivers left. Shotgun again. Marlatt has McKee to his left. Fullback up in the formation. Marlatt's going to read off the left side. He'll look for room. Keeps him strung out. He's at the 20. Tries to cut back at the 15, and he'll crash down at about the 6-yard line. Clock continues to roll as he was unable to get out of bounds, and that will do it as both sides have seen it off. Indian Valley's going to pick up a 42-14 victory. Shannon, a little bit tighter throughout certain moments of this game than it was last week, but at the end of the day, Indian Valley more than enough to pick up the victory here tonight. And again, that win streak continues to roll.
Yeah, we watched Indian Valley the first 2 weeks of the season, and then we watched them last week. And by far, I think Ridgewood probably played them the most physical out of all those other games that we've seen. Other teams might have had success in different areas, but when it came to the physicality, I think Ridgewood gave them a battle tonight. Indian Valley was just able to complete more drives, get more points.
42-14 your final score. When we return, it is your Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show. Daniel Adams down there patiently awaiting us to let him know who the McInturf Realty Player of the Game is. We'll hand that award out, and we'll wrap things up here from Janayton before getting you back to the guys at the studio. Braves pick up the victory. Big Z Sports will be back right after this.
Hey, other guys' insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal, and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm Crystal, General Manager at Loudon Motors Ford. I invite you to stop in and feel the difference of shopping for your next vehicle with our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff, or the personal touch that you will receive from one of the last family-owned and operated dealerships for nearly 100 years. So my question for you is, when will you experience the crystal clear and loud and clear advantage right here in sunny Minerva, Ohio?
Technology shouldn't slow us down. It should move us forward. At LodgeVision Technologies, we've been helping local businesses for over 12 years on US 62 in Winesburg, solving tech problems and making everyday operations easier. And we're here with custom IT solutions that just simply work. At LodgeVision, it's people first. That means service with integrity, professionalism, and genuine care. Call 330-234-5025 for your free consultation today. LodgeVision Technologies, local IT, real solutions, people first.
Big moments are coming. Are you ready? If you need sponsor banners, graduation programs, or yard sale signs, the East Central Ohio Print Center has you covered. Visit ecoprintcenter.org. And if you've got a new driver in the house, East Central Ohio ESC offers flexible driver's education with in-car training and online options. Scholarships are available from signs to steering wheels. The East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is here to help. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
With Big Z Sports.
Wrapping things up from Jeanette Hutton tonight as the Indian Valley Braves pick up the 42-14 victory. And Shannon Thomas, early goings, Indian Valley raced out to that 14-0 lead, a 21-0 lead actually. In fact, Ridgewood claws back into it, makes it at 21-7 at halftime. Very similar to what we saw last week for Indian Valley. That second half is where they just kind of put their foot down and pull away at the end of the day. Far from a perfect game from either side, but Indian Valley walks away with another victory, keeps their win streak dating back to 2023 still alive.
Yeah, they just kind of had the better game tonight. They both, Blake said, both teams had to come over a lot of penalties. They both had some dead ball penalties, some personal foul stuff, some late hits, a lot of holding penalties, and I'm sure Coach Slusser and Coach Lancaster were just thrilled about that, and they'll celebrate that tomorrow morning with their team in film. And but like you said, at the end of the night, Indian Valley had just altogether a better all-around game to be able to come away with a pretty solid win tonight.
Scoring on the night for the Ridgewood Generals, you had touchdowns by way of a couple different players, as I've got the wrong number written down for one. I believe it was Jace McQueen with a pair of touchdowns, and Bryce Tolliver had one in from short yardage. He powered it in. McQueen also had an interception. Overall, a nice night for him in terms of rushing the football, and a defensive night. Never could really get that pass game going, as they were kind of out of sync most of the evening.
Yeah, like I said, just a little bit overmatched a little bit. Indian Valley's defense was pretty fast. They were able to fly to the ball. But altogether, McQueen, he's asked to do a lot right now. They got some key injuries on their team, and he stepped in, and he really he plays well, and he's got a lot of players around him, and Bryce Tolliver, another solid game for them, and just all in all, the Generals will they'll learn from this loss, and they'll get ready for next week.
For the Indian Valley Braves, better than 350 yards as a team, and I do apologize, my stat keeping gets a little bit rough late in the game when they bring in the second teams, but overall, Grady Kinsey, 23 carries, 168 yards. That's kind of crazy when we say that's a little bit of a lower-end performance for him in terms of the yardage output, but still, he was the workhorse again tonight, no surprise.
He's the guy that when you need those tough yards, he's going to get them for you, and then he'll turn those tough yards into big gains. And like I said, a lot of people would be happy with those kind of numbers. And for Grady, it's a little less tonight, but he also had less carries.
And he had 2 touchdowns, though, to go to boot with that. Accounting for 3 touchdowns on the night was Riker Williams, as he carried in a pair of those and also had a passing touchdown to Reese St. Clair. Bradley Barr also runs one in from short yardage. Barr actually got our scoring started on the night, which I don't think we had on our bingo card.
Yeah, Barr's really stepped up in that role. Fullback does a lot of nice lead blocking, and it's also nice to see the fullbacks to get in the score column.
Well, it's pretty much it, except for our presentation of our McInturf Realty Player of the Game. You and I kind of went back and forth on this one a little bit, but we realized, there's somebody who seemed to be pacing everything tonight, whether it was throwing the ball, running the ball, or on defense. He went 5 for 7 in the pass game with 88 yards and a touchdown, carried the ball 7 times for 58 yards. Had how many quarterback pressures, I don't know, and how many tackles on top of that. Our McInturf Realty Player of the Game is going to be junior quarterback Riker Williams. Very, very nice game overall for him tonight. Did exactly what you want your junior signature to do, which is manage the game exactly the way you want it, and always so calm and poised.
Yeah, Frank, as they like to call him around here, he's just a special athlete, and he's never one that talks a lot. He don't really do anything. He don't celebrate. But he can get his emotions very high on the football field, and when his emotions get high, look out, because he just becomes an all-around, really good player on the football field. And there's not too many quarterbacks that you see that will line up at defensive end on every play against good football teams like this. Most schools will protect their quarterbacks and won't let them play both ways. And Frank, he gets down there in the trenches and gets dirty with the big boys on defense.
Well, a 3-touchdown night for him is good enough for our McInturf Realty Player of the Game nod. That will do it for us here from Jeanette Hutton. A huge thank you to all who tuned in. Big thanks down on the sidelines to our social media guys tonight, in both Daniel Adams and Dalton Patterson for their hard work, and the Claxon Communications crew for all of their hard work as well on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. One final time tonight, your final score 42-12, Indian Valley tops Ridgewood. We're going to step aside, and when you return at 99.9, the guys in studio will bring you the Dumont Sporting Goods postgame show, talk to some of the area winning coaches, and bring you updates from all around Z Country. For Shannon Thomas, I'm Nick McWilliams, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back at a high school again near you soon.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of High School Sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one Big Z Sports.